Chillmonger. Nod your head. Nod your head if you like being with Chillmonger.
What up? What up? What up? Pantheonas, bust down. Haven't seen you in a week. Was off. It's good to be back.
Didn't you stream on the weekend?
No. I was off of both shows. We were in Cincinnati. We were jet setting. No kids. We was out here like we ain't had no children.
Yeah, Joakim Noah was wrong then. He was like talking about Cleveland. No one goes here on vacation, but you went to Cincinnati? Cincinnati, Cleveland, same thing?
Yeah, nobody goes to Cleveland for vacation. You may go there for like a game or like I got family up there, so I go up there a lot, but like a vacay?
Yeah.
No? Probably not.
Did Steve Harvey even bring Family Feud to a Cleveland for an episode?
I don't know. Else. I don't know. I think he's there, but like not there. Obviously, he's more
when
Hollywood.
Dave Chappelle had those COVID lockdown comedy shows, he did it in Cleveland?
No, see, Chappelle is different. Chappelle actually lives in Ohio. He lives outside of Dayton. And he had those, he had those shows like in farmland out there. So
okay,
like, he likes living down there.
But Bow Wow, right? Where was he from? Columbus? Where's he from?
Yeah. You
guys don't claim Bow Wow? You have to claim him.
I can't do this right now. I can't do
Drake.
Listen, you cannot. We can't do this right now. I'm serious. You have to get me off this topic. I'll explain to you why later, but we got to get off of that one. Okay. it's a hilarious reason why, but I got to talk to you about it off screen.
Something happened. Streamer University, right? That was in Cleveland.
That was in Akron. That was at my alma mater. Yeah, that was a University of Akron.
What about the hospital that Stephen Curry and LeBron James were born in? That one.
Stephen Curry was born in Canton. LeBron was born in Akron at Akron General.
They were actually born in the same hospital. I remember reading that or seeing that on the broadcast.
Oh, you're right. You were absolutely right. Yeah. So I think they were living in Canton at the time because his dad was playing for the Cavs. But yeah, he was born in Akron General. You were 100% right. Both of them.
Sick. That's sick to have your dad just play as an athlete. And then you just, you know what I mean? But do you remember Cooper Flagg getting drafted? Family members, everything. And then whoever it was next who was drafted, I think he had an NBA father, I think it was. And they didn't put his father on screen on ESPN with the post interview. You just got drafted. How was it? It was just him and his mom. And it was a black athlete. And I went, there better be a good reason for this.
That's how they do. That's how they do us most of the time.
There's a picture that they're trying to paint.
Absolutely.
Cleve's here. Mo Fly's here. He says, don't Chappelle stay in Akron? Dayton sounds right.
Dayton. Yep. Dayton is south. Akron's north.
Yeah, I was saying all these places that I knew were not Cleveland.
Oh, okay. No. I picked up on the fact that you were not trying to stick on Cleveland. I got that.
Go Blue. Beat State. What's up, fellas? Hope y'all been good.
Absolutely. About to tear State up.
Blue. We're talking about athletes and their fathers. What about Vladimir Guerrero, baby, and his dad? They say he plays like a poor man.
Who are we talking about?
The Blue Jays.
Okay.
Wolverine Solid X. He was talking about the Blue Jays. You didn't know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, that's not who he was talking about.
In the Shohei Ohtani, who in the World Series we got Vladimir Guerrero. You don't make us have Drake perform at the pregame because remember last year, right? It was the Yankees and the Dodgers, and they had Ice Cube and Fat Joe going back and forth. Who had the better performance? Drake. Who you guys got for Drake from that Los Angeles region? Huh? When we go Aubrey Graham, we go the guy for Degrassi. We got him talking about no new friends and whatnot. Dodgers are in for it.
Are you trolling me right now?
Yeah.
Definitely trolling me right now. That guy's done. That guy is done skis. Put a fork in him. That's why Iceman hasn't dropped by now. We've been teasing Iceman since like August, bro. It's October going on November. Where's the Iceman?
I love the idea that this could be another Not Like Us performance because we had the one at Inglewood, which they put on Prime, and we all got to see it. The world. No, I skipped one. Him walking to the Grammys, pretending something fell drop, just so that they can get to the part of the song where the audience can say A minor. That's 2 performances that I count, right? Oh, music video, that's the 3rd performance. Ooh, and then what do you call the football guys? Not the Grey Cup, the Super Cup, the Super Bowl halftime,
the Super Bowl,
the
Super Cup,
the Lombardi. What's it called? The Vincent Lombardi Trophy. That one.
Right? The Lombardi Trophy. Yeah, that's the Super Bowl trophy.
Super Bowl. He performed there. Now, we thought it was good. That was in February. It's October. Chill. It's getting too cold for an outdoor performance in the baseball stadium where he met that Spanish singer who sings the intro for Whacked Out Murals. He met her in that Ice Cube game at the World Series when they were both in the stands, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was singing the national anthem that day.
Okay, yeah, she did. I think I saw that interview that you're referencing when she said that. I think I saw the same interview. She was like, "Yeah, she see me when I was doing the national anthem at the game."
He put her on the album. Well, if he already comes to the building, it's just a little short drive away. I think he might do a Not Like Us for game 1. Maybe he's got to wait to see the Dodgers be up 2-0 in the series or something.
So you think he's going to have a performance during the World Series?
He should,
because the Blue Jays are involved. That would be. And so, at what point does it get to the point where now people start feeling bad for him? I don't want him to get the sympathy points now. Like we're all still laughing at him. I just don't want it to tip into, all right, that's enough. Now you stop beating on that child. I don't want it to go that far. We didn't stomp him out enough. Now just let him bleed. I ain't even bleed him yet. Can I bleed him? Bet.
My dude Marcus is back. The guy you sent, but he was petty, but I like him.
Yeah, that's my boy, man. It's Josh. The other half of Back of the Bus. Make sure y'all tune in. It's Sundays at 4:00 for Dubs and L's. Behind the Cape. All that good stuff.
The lawsuit L2. Ooh, don't forget that. There's a lot of Drake news that, since the last we spoke about Drake.
Yeah, but everything went kind of the way we expected it to. So it feels anticlimactic, right? Like, if there was some sort of discovery to come out that made this case a little bit more interesting, if it had actually gone to trial. But here we are with just kind of like this dud of a situation. It's just like, this is about what we expected to get from this. This is going to get thrown out from the day that they filed it.
So that's it with prejudice. It's done. We'll not.
No. I mean, they could still appeal. I don't think they've filed one yet, but they could if they chose to.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I kind of like this. I want it to go to court. I want there to be a verdict, and then we can, for every rap beef, ever say, "Well, we tried this already."
Yeah, but it's even more definitive when the case gets thrown out, right? Because now that is the precedence, right? Like the precedence for bringing up a lawsuit for over rap beef is now going to be that one time that Drake tried to do it in the Kendrick beef, and we saw how that went. That will be the standard by which this gets judged on going forward. So I'm happy it went that way, because if it would have actually gone to trial, it would have set a totally different precedence. Then you would have been able to actually take your op to court over things he said to you in a rap beef, which would have been a travesty for rap in general.
One day a court case will happen because of rap beefs, and whatever precedent that sets, like legal precedent is the way I'm using the word precedent. I understand the way you just used precedent also, but when a legal precedent is established, I want it to be that they lost the case when they were trying to say these words in the songs are defaming me or whatever it was.
I would say we went 50 some odd years of hip hop without ever having somebody trying to hash out these issues, these hip hop issues in court. I would say we could probably go another 50, absent of a certain Canadian, spinning it back in court.
What was Naughty by Nature in court for?
Not the same game. I don't know, but I have no clue what they were.
Am I thinking of the same people? I should be thinking about 2 Live Crew. I said Naughty by Nature. My bad. What were 2 Live Crew?
2 Live Crew.
And then the sticker for explicit songs, advisory that was like what came out of it. I think. I don't know my music history.
I couldn't tell you.
Somebody in chat, if you know, let us know so that we're not all stupid and ignorant here. Drake news? Come on, better things to speak on, folks. Oh my god, I just thought like every time you turn on the news,
I'm down to move on.
The Toronto Blue Jays are in like all over because the same entity that owns the Blue Jays owns the arena, owns the television channels, your internet providers. Is just a huge conglomerate. So I understand why it's all over our phones and media. Yeah.
Hey, chill. Could you hold the audience for like 5 minutes for me for a second?
I'm chill. I'm gonna hold you for about 5 minutes for you. Next thing to talk about, which is related to sports, is the National Basketball Association. They are back in town. 30 teams. Toronto Raptors are undefeated. And since we're talking baseball, I'll slide this in. They actually changed the release date or the start times for many of the Raptor games, Maple Leaf games, because they want everyone to watch basketball and hockey, but then change the channel and watch the Blue Jays, who are going to be in the middle of their game. So they changed it. The city is all in on that, just so you know what's happening here, giving you insight. But the rest of the basketball world has been shooken up. TV-wise, TNT has no more NBA coverage, but the same crew, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, they're still on, but on ESPN. It's the same logo. Everything looks the same. I watched the show. It felt the same. I'm less worried now because it was just a normal presentation. It was just a broadcast, just like we know them. We're familiar with them. I think Chuck signed for 2 more years, and then he'll be out, or maybe he'll sign for 1 more, or be a part-timer. Maybe Draymond Green will retire by then, 2 years from now. You never know. And then it'll be Charles Barkley out, Draymond Green, seamless transition in, and then you won't have to replace anyone until maybe Kenny Smith will be the next one gone. He's a little bit older, and then you get Shaq on, and then who cares? EJ is just the host, with all due respect. But the NBA, they're not in the news because the season began. They're in the news because of gambling, because of Chauncey Billups, because of Terry Rozier, because of all these other players. I think his name is DeJounte Porter, who last year we saw that he was betting on the under, and then he would like twist his ankle and say, take me out the game, which is why he didn't get as many rebounds as he was supposed to go at, minutes played, and it was obvious that it was him, that he was cheating because he'd bet like $20,000, and people were like, what? Who's betting 20K or some large amount like that on a bench player on the Raptors, and you're like in some place in New York City, and lots of other people knew and got in on it, so it was kind of obvious he was cheating. They got him there, but it was nothing legal. I don't think he served any time. I don't think arrests happened. This week, arrests happened. We should be talking about the NBA and how Netflix did the Starting Five documentary with Halliburton and with Anthony Davis. We should be talking about some of these Jaylen Brown moments. How did he feel after the Olympic team and how he was snubbed, but his teammate Derek White was in it? We should be talking about the drama. That's why they scheduled that Starting Five Netflix show to happen this month. Instead, we're going to talk about gambling. People are revisiting all over my feed Michael Jordan and his gambling problems, which he says is not a problem. He just says that he gambles. I saw people saying that's why he was wearing all those shades. Well, it doesn't take away from his basketball skills, but it appears that this guy has a little bit of a gambling problem, right? Some people even say that his dad, you guys know how it goes. I don't know. I wasn't there, wasn't paying attention. But they say that his dad and the death of his dad was a gambling debt or something like that. Let's read some of your comments right before I change. So it was Golden State Warriors. Warriors play at 10 p.m. I'm going to have the game on mute so I can listen to. Really? You're going to, for the Warriors, for a regular season game? Okay. You're not going to win the championship. Charles Barkley is just as annoying as Stephen A. Smith for me. I laugh at both of them. I don't care what their opinions are. I'm surprised how many times they're platformed. I just laugh at what they have to say. At this point, they're just people who talk for a living, and sometimes he gets heated. Ask a 9, ask a 10. That's all he is to me. And same with Charles Barkley. He's done enough stupid things. El Chapter is holding Chillmonger hostage. Tell the truth, Chill. Yeah. El Chapo, I think you mean. I'll be in Pelican Bay. Yeah. Nah, bro. Porter is looking at time now, I think, isn't he? If that's the case, then hey, that's the case. My mistake. He said, wait for the evidence, Chill. Don't charge these dudes up without it. Wait for the evidence. Don't charge these dudes up without it. Is there no evidence yet? From what I saw, that there were bets that were being placed on Terry Rozier. I saw then clips all over the place of him stumbling and fumbling and making it look like he wasn't trying to win. FBI has been following him for 4 years. I don't know. They were following Martin Luther King for 4 years too, right? So yeah, well, of course you got to wait for the evidence. But shoot, I wish I was taking notes when I was listening to everything they had on Terry Rozier. I thought it was like, oh, shoot, you can't fake all that. Like you can't coincidence here, and you can't. So it was convincing to me the first time, Dwayne. I should be able to recant it and give it to you before I say that he did it. So yeah, I won't say he did it, but it looked kind of a little bit obvious. Boys, stop. If the feds took them into custody, it's a wrap, even with this goofy FBI. You could say that for Diddy, but it wasn't a wrap, was it? He got some charges, but his lawyer was able to fight off the video of him on Cassie because the video was altered. Like it wasn't the raw footage, so you can't use it. And I'm like, wow. So that's why. And then back to Diddy. That's why I'm like, I don't care that the judge is sentencing you and using evidence that he shouldn't be using, and all the unfair things, because like I know what you did to Cassie, so like it's just yeah, I guess legally speaking, you're kind of getting ruined by them, but like yeah, yeah. He apologized for the Cassie thing. It happened. It's just that CNN did an alteration of the video and it wasn't the real video, and so that's why it wasn't admissible in court. So it is what it is. When is this guy coming back? I want to have a sip of water and not have dead air. But you know what's gonna happen? Sip of water, dead air. Kamikaze now says that the 2 cases tied to 5 Gambino families that they did for 4 years plus. It was 4 years of surveillance. So to me, I don't know. I think he did it. We'll get into the NBA stuff more. Who has a pick for who's going to win this year? I think that Indiana Pacers can't be ruled out. Halliburton got injured in June. You can return from an Achilles in 9 months. 9 months is what, April? If you come back in April during the playoffs, as long as the Indiana Pacers are good enough to seed, they can have a Tyrese Halliburton playing playoff basketball. Maybe a minutes restriction when he gets started, but you can. Kevin Durant is the precedence because he injured himself when the Toronto Raptors bust the Golden State Warriors in 2019. And he took the whole year off in Brooklyn and got paid full. Crazy, right? Guaranteed contracts. So, but he's older. He was in his 30s. Halliburton, younger. You heal faster when you're 25 or however his age is. He'll be fine, I think, in 9 months to come back and say, I'm playing competitive basketball here. That goes for Jason Tatum also. And who else had the Achilles? Damian Lillard had it. There was a fourth. Jason Tatum, Damian Lillard. There was a fourth person. You guys can name them. But you know what I mean? So Johnny says that I got Orlando coming out of the East. I'm not paying enough attention to them. Paolo Banchero, see, I don't even know his name. He shows up like an all-star weekend. He shows up like when he's there. You know, when there's 2 teams playing each other and they'll take the best team from that guy, the best from that team, best from that team, stats. This is the key matchup. That's the only time I think of Paolo Banchero. Cassie ain't innocent. I read the court doc. She's yeah. I asked though, who else do you guys have in the NBA before we get to this? What is an NBA? What is your favorite media NBA related? Space Jam 1, Space Jam 2? Do you got like Mike? Give me your favorite NBA media moment because I actually want to talk about that before we get into this legal gambling stuff and having Marcus go. It's all LeBron's fault, you know. It's all LeBron James Jr.'s fault. Oh, he's back.
Hopefully with a better output here for a while.
The NBA is trash now. You think so? I think I'm over it too.
I've been out on the NBA for a while, for sure.
Why though?
I've been down on it. A combination of things. LeBron on the Lakers has been a big downer for me. Lakers are my team, and watching them kind of suffer has been a downer. Plus, I feel like it's gotten less competitive, like naturally competitive. Like I came up when the second half, that stretch run after the All-Star game, was like do or die basketball. And so the addition of the play-in tournaments and stuff like that, even the middle of the season tournament shit, the in-season tournament, it's anti to the era that I came up watching basketball. So it just doesn't feel right. They don't build organizationally anymore. The player movement is so jettisoned that like you don't really get time to build up familiarity with these teammates, you know, with the players.
Coming from a college guy, that's weird.
But you get the same players for 4 years in college. You get the same players for 4 years in college, right? Like it's the same guys that come up through the program and same guys that you notice through recruiting that work their way all the way through the draft. So it's a little different.
Shedeur Sanders was in Colorado for 4 years?
No, but also Shedeur Sanders wasn't. I mean, he was good, but his teams weren't. Right? Like if you're part of a program, then you have like lineages of guys that come through there. Right? Like think of Clemson. A team like Clemson had man, what was dude's name? Deshaun Watson. They had Trevor Lawrence. Even before then, they had a long string of quarterbacks. Right? You kind of build that pipeline.
But you don't need the example. I'm just saying 4 years is your longest, and you're acting like it's long. That's a short time too.
No. Okay, basketball. Let's take like the early 2000 Lakers. You had a good stretch of like 6 years, the majority of a decade, really, with the core of Kobe, Shaq, Rick Fox, Derek Fisher. Who else was in there? Devin George. Like those kind of core guys. And then you put free agent pieces around there. You know, guys like Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel turned into other guys like Tyronn Lue and you know, eventually they pick up Gary Payton and Karl Malone and stuff like that. But the core guys stay the same. The Lakers are the Lakers. That just doesn't happen anymore. You know, guys like, I think Giannis is a kind of break from that trend. He seems to be holding stead in Milwaukee. We'll see how long that happens.
That's actually why I'm mad. That's why I'm mad at the Luka Doncic trade too. Like he was there, he was set. What are we doing? Why?
Yeah, I think Luka wanted to stay. I can't tell you why Dallas traded him. I have no clue. My only gripe with that is that we traded the wrong $50 million a season player. But you know, I guess I'll just die on that hill.
So some of the favorite movies here are Space Jam 1 and Blue Chips.
Is that what we talking about? We talking about favorite movies, period?
Right before you came in, I said, what was your favorite basketball movie? And it was Blue Chips. Really?
Blue Chips is okay. That's a decent movie. I like He Got Game. I like where's some other good? Above the Rim was a good one.
Coach Carter was all right.
Coach Carter is one of them legendary ones. It still pisses me off to this day that was an actual story, that people was actually like rioting against this man because he wanted to teach their children. Like this is shit. So, it really hurts my heart that was a true story. Something tells me that like the narrative was kind of spun that way. Maybe there's a little bit more, maybe there's some truth to it, and that's not exactly how it went down. But how they portrayed it in the movie just made it seem like he came in there to educate them kids, and they was getting pissed. They was getting mad. And they was winning games too.
Air Bud, that's a good pick.
Air Bud is an underrated pick. I would say the early Air Buds, they kind of went out of stratosphere. They did their Fast and Furious thing. It's probably like 19 Air Buds.
Well, boxing movies have the best sports movies. Boxing and baseball, I feel. There's more drama. The round, the ability to stop the game, have a round, chill, anticipate. Like we talk about what just happened. We can dramatize things. That's the thing. Basketball doesn't have as many breaks.
See, I think this may be a cultural thing. Do you think that there are better baseball movies than there are football movies?
Yes, football too big of a cast. Everyone's got a fat guy.
And see, now we're bridging the gap. We're bridging a cultural gap here because I feel like the football movie. Yeah, I was about to say that's my favorite movie of all time. Is Remember the Titans.
Yeah, that's great. It's a fantastic movie. But don't look at the individual movie and then say that's the genre. I think that there's a bigger collection of boxing and baseball movies.
Well, no, I'm not combining the two. I specifically said baseball. Boxing, you may have an argument. I think there's just more boxing movies. But
it's also subjective. You can have your preference. I can have mine.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to understand. Like I don't think you probably don't come from like football playing family or culture around here, so it doesn't attach the same way. But like I literally cried the first time I saw Friday Night Lights originally with Derek Lewis, Boobie Miles when he broke his leg in that game. I shed a tear because I'm playing football at the time. I'm like, oh my God, his future is done. He's over. You know what I'm saying? He's in the doctors. They told him he can't play football no more. He's crying in the car with his uncle. Oh, I can't play football anymore. It's football. We're supposed to go to the league. We're supposed to go to the league. You said we're going to the league. Man, I felt it. You know, you gotta play, or I guess you gotta, be involved.
Those football movies, they really touch the core. They're very realistic, just like the mother in Blindside. Such a real person.
Man, now that you want to talk about a forced narrative, none of that was true about like his mom being downtrodden and all that other stuff. That whole story kind of like fucked me up hearing about it in the aftermath. How they kind of like they played it up like, oh no, he's our son now, he's in our family. They never adopted him. It's just took his money from the movie. Yeah, just this crazy stuff there.
And I saw a viral clip of her also, like a couple years ago. It was funny to see that she's still that way.
Oh, the actual mom? Yeah. No, I think that's the. When was that? That might have been like 23. He had that lawsuit against them.
Michael Orr.
Above
the rim, rookie of the year. Yeah, baseball. Remember Titans. Field of Dreams was baseball, but it was an amazing film. Sandlot,
great. That's probably my favorite baseball movie.
Did anybody say The Sixth Man? No, what's that?
Sixth Man.
Sounds basketball. Don't know. My dope football movie is Any Given Sunday. Jamie Foxx as Steamin' Willie Beeman.
They call me Willie Beeman. I keep the ladies. They be screaming.
I watched that movie one time on my TV years ago. I don't remember it.
Varsity Blues is probably the most accurate depiction of Southern football that we've ever seen on television. Probably even more accurate than that of Friday Night Lights. When you talk about how much it's ingrained into the culture down there, when you talk about a town that ain't got shit but a Piggly Wiggly and a Walmart, but everybody within 100 square miles is coming out to the Friday night football game. It means a lot to them folks out there, do or die, and sometimes to their detriment. I really like Varsity Blues as a movie, not just a football movie, a movie in general, like a life movie.
Waterboy's a good one.
Waterboy, I was telling my son about Waterboy today. I don't think he's old enough to see it yet. I don't think he's old enough to meet Bobby Boucher just yet. But we'll venture into that soon.
Okay, Dean Harrison.
Oh yeah, Six Man with Marlon Wayans. That was dope. Yeah, 6 Man is dope.
Here's another one. Tony just has a list. Tony opened another tab and he's like, "What about this one? The Way Back." But they don't know that one. Do we know that one? The Way Back?
Not familiar.
Yeah. It sounds like a movie that has like a current day cast and then a flashback to when they were younger.
When they were younger.
Yeah. Crossover.
Yeah, crossover. Like Mike. Like Mike.
Like Mike's great. Love and Basketball was a very good one. At the end, where like I'll play you for your heart, and then like she lost the game, but he said
Love and Basketball is it's kind of barely a basketball movie. Like just the main characters play basketball, and that's kind of it. You know, that most of the movie is about, you know, it's a rom-com, it's love and all that other stuff. White ain't jump.
Die Hard. Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie then?
I would say no, but if Die Hard comes on at Christmas, I'm not mad. Never a bad time to watch Die Hard.
It's right there. It's gray area. Wow, is it a Christmas movie? They do bring it up a couple times. It's important.
But that's just because that's the setting. They're in New York. It's Christmas time. You know, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I mean, look, I won't fight you on it, but when I think Christmas movies, I think Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I think Here Comes Santa Claus, The Santa Claus from Disney. Movies that are about Christmas. Die Hard is anything but about Christmas.
Did you watch the one with Christina Milian last year on Netflix?
Which one? The new Christmas movie. No, I didn't. I did not.
Okay. Sanaa Lathan in the basketball shorts.
Sheesh.
Ahish, she said. Ahish. That's a new one. Wildcats.
He said, yeah.
Too young for the Wildcats. No, we know all about Troy Bolton and Gabriella. What you mean? Get your head in the game. Die Hard will always have this discourse, LOL.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
But I only mentioned it because he did say Love and Basketball is not a basketball movie. It's in the title. It is. They play on courts and ended with a finale of them playing the sport itself. It was a basketball movie.
If we would compare it to any other basketball movie in terms of how long on screen they're actually playing basketball, it would be abysmal. It would be
Moneyball a baseball movie then?
It would be, yeah, because they're playing baseball through most of the movie.
Brad Pitt doesn't pitch or hit a thing.
No, Brad Pitt doesn't, but they're playing baseball. That's the entire thing, is them fielding a baseball team. That is absolutely a baseball movie.
Okay.
But okay, so then you say something like, I think somebody mentioned Field of Dreams. Like that's one of them that's kind of like on the edge, because it's like, I guess they're playing baseball, but it's about ghosts. It's about the afterlife and, you know, stuff like that.
I want my money back for Uncle Drew. Boo.
You didn't like Uncle Drew? I thought Kyrie was an okay actor.
Kyrie was okay, but Reggie Miller, and then they just started shoving up Lisa Leslie and Shaquille O'Neal was there.
They forced it a bit. Just a bit.
It's just not the story I would have told. I would have told the story of him tricking people. I'm actually really old, Uncle. Like it was not my story. Nope. Glory Road. You're sleeping on the Little Giants. We're sleeping on a lot. Angels in the Outfield. There's so many that I just can't think of right now. The worst basketball movie was the one with the twins.
Yeah, Double Team. I was literally just about to bring that up. It's the fucking she's switching her pivot. I'm like, man, this is a super travel. Oh my god, that was hilarious.
And that's the problem with basketball that baseball doesn't have. You can slow down. You can talk. You can do a slow motion thing here and there.
Tony Robinson. Funny story about this shit here. So I gotta be like 8 or 9 years old. Right. And so my dad, we're out and about. Mom's not around. We're like, boom, we about to go to the movies. All right, cool. What you want to see? He picks Joanna Man. Now, the movie's rated R like hell. I don't know why he didn't know it was rated R or what the premise of the movie was. But man, when I tell you, I see my first rated R movie and it was like, what? First of all, it was as much cussing as my little body could stand. But then the whole standpoint of a man dressing up as a woman to play basketball, that concept really confused me. And I talked through most of the movie. But yeah, no, that was my first rated R in a theater experience was Juwanna Mann. Randomly.
It is what it is. Terry Rozier was arrested. Chauncey Billups was arrested. There's gambling, allegedly, here in the National Basketball Association. Give your take on that. And Damon Jones, who's a very close friend of LeBron James.
Oh my God, Damon! First of all, he's the only link that I can ascertain so far between the Billups situation and the Rozier situation, because apparently he was gambling at Billups's illegal poker game with the 5 crime families of the mafia, and then he was also, tipping people off about prop bets and stuff like that, and they kind of tied it all together. I'm kind of confused on a couple of things. Number one, with Terry Rozier,
okay,
has he not played since the last time he got suspended for like the gambling thing? He's been playing in games, right? If he's been under investigation by the FBI for 4 years, which is, what homeboy, the podcaster, Cash Patel said, then why has the NBA been letting him play still?
No, the FBI has been investigating, not the league.
Well, Nick, okay, maybe they just didn't tell the NBA. I don't know how you conduct that type of investigation without some type of cooperation from the NBA.
The last time you told the NBA about it, David Stern made it so that Donahue, the corrupt referee who was calling Scott Foster every day, he made it so he leaked it to like the media so that Donahue wearing a wire wouldn't like incriminate the other referees who he was talking to.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you don't involve the NBA.
I think She Dreads Me is getting to what I'm getting to. I think somebody was in there singing. I think somebody was in there telling some shit, because one of the things that they pointed out when they were talking about the players who giving up, because it's not just Terry Rozier. There's other players who were, giving it up on these prop bets too. And it was one guy who got hemmed up because he had gambling debt. And so the people he had debt with pressed him and was like, listen, this is how you're going to work it off. You know what? And the thing that's so crazy about all of that is that we literally watched this happen to Bruno Mars, and we all sat back like it was cool, like it was legal, it wasn't extortion, and we threw our hands up and it was like, it was cool. When that Vegas casino had him on a slave deal for like 2 or 3 years so he could pay off his casino debt, we all just sat back and was like, okay, I guess that's how you got to do it. And it just went on by. Nobody thought, I wonder if there's some other millionaires, billionaires, or just loan sharks in general somewhere who are exploiting our ever-growing gambling system in this exact same way. You have debt. You have a way to influence large monies moving in one night, in one quarter. You are going to work off that debt to somebody. Why not me? This is a natural conclusion to where we started with gambling.
Word. Talking to snitches, Marcus, snitches. What's the one movie when the white girl did the turnaround jumper in the gym and the guy walks in, who taught you that? And she says, what? Jordan's signature shimmy? I don't know that movie. Sorry. Dwayne says because the NBA does it themselves, Marcus.
Now that would be a massive conspiracy to which I would not trust Cash Patel to bring to the table. Like he's gonna fumble that. But if somehow the NBA was gambling to like sustain themselves or keep a surplus from some kind of NBA slush fund that they have from gambling, like how that would call into question so many people's accomplishments. Like, could we ever look at the athletes that we see, the coaches, the organizations, the same way, knowing that the NBA as a league, as an organization, had a vested interest in the outcomes of the games? Now, we always knew to a certain degree individuals, certain organizations would have vested interest in what happens, right? But not in a general, okay, the league office wants that. That has always been conspiratorial. It's always been, oh, well, we think it, but we can't prove it. That would be proving it, that they are specifically and detailedly going through and putting their fingers on the scale to influence outcomes that they want. That is crazy.
I think it happens, but it happens in a way where it has to be unspoken. The referees are the ones who are making the changes and, a point here, a foul there. But the referees know like what the league wants. They know that the finals this year can't have the Denver Nuggets versus the Indiana Pacers. So the referees will work a certain way. And the NBA just won't, they won't investigate. They won't try to hurt you as a referee if during the regular season you called a few more calls on the Indiana Pacers than you. They'll actually be like, he gets the program. It'll be all unspoken.
I mean, this is kind of a massive deal in terms of the prop betting thing, because how were you ever going to monitor 400 some odd players? They're not just their person, their devices, but the people around them.
Yeah,
right. Like
the people around them that ruins things. When you got multiple people, yeah.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, it's not even just that they would have to do something without me knowing. It's the interest that I would have in, my cousin, my bodyguard, my accountant, you know what I mean? Being able to have that information and make that money for me. Now it's beneficial to both of us. And I'm the only person in this equation that can influence it that way.
Uh-huh.
So we literally set up a situation where it was beneficial for them to give that information. It absolutely was. If I'm the 10th through 15th man on the roster and I have injury news, I know that can shift the entire betting market, and you're going to pay me $75,000 cash, $100,000 cash for information just to tell you, hey, that this player isn't playing tonight. Hey, he tried to warm up. He's sore. He's going to sit down. Now, where it's absolutely egregious is Terry Rozier being like, look, I'm going to stop playing. So don't bet the under on it tonight because I am not going to play. And then supposedly fake an injury to not have to play in the rest of the game. I don't think you should ever be able to play basketball again. I'm going to be frank.
That's what happened to the Toronto Raptor guy, the Porter guy.
Yeah. I don't think you should be able to play. If you're going to go that far with it, leaking information is one thing. You as a player going out there and tanking the game for your team, I would never trust you to play with me again. I would never trust you to play with me again.
And it wasn't just Terry Rozier, your boy Damon Jones, former Cleveland Cavalier, friend of LeBron, and Chauncey Billups also were brought in. Did you see what Chauncey was wearing when he was coming out of the jail?
I didn't. Damn, Chauncey. Damn.
Clutch Sports Group.
No, he don't.
He had that on.
The audacity.
I guess that's what he was wearing when the police came to arrest him, right?
The audacity. So now, all right. So look, let's talk about Damon Jones being the link to all of this, right? So Damon Jones is doing the same thing Rozier is doing for the most part. Hey, don't bet here, bet there, bet the under, bet the over. Now, the second part of that is Damon Jones is involved in these poker games that are supposedly headlined or guest appearanced by Chauncey Billups. And what they're alleging is
Chauncey Billups to you.
Yeah, my bad. Big shot Billups. But I guess his role in that operation was basically to be a shiny object in the room while people are gambling, right? Distraction, so that they'll bet more, so that they'll stay and play more, or not paying attention to what's going on. But then my whole thing is, they said they had X-ray vision on the table. Oh, the second thing was that had contacts. People in there were wearing special contacts that allowed you to look through the cards. And I didn't even know this shit existed. I didn't even know half this shit existed. But all of that shit seems super illegal. That seems like where the problem is. If I just got invited to a party, you know what I mean? I feel like there's a little bit of a gap to proving Chauncey Billups his situation as opposed to Terry Rozier. There's no gap. There's no room. He's done. He's cooked. Chauncey Billups, it's like there's a little bit of ambiguity here. What if What if they just invited me? Like, for your theory to work, that I was a prop to distract people, they don't have to tell me that for that to be the case. They don't have to explain the entire operation. I don't have to know that people are wearing contacts and they cheating, that there's an X-ray machine on the table and they cheating, like they got loaded coolers. I don't need to know that. I don't have to know that for it to work.
Who was it earlier? Was it you, Dwayne, who was saying something about how we don't have enough evidence and stuff? I feel like I'm sure innocent till proven guilty, fine, but like I don't know. I don't think it's nothing.
Again, these the same folks that told you that the Charlie Kirk pow man had that gun, and then he changed his clothes on the roof, and he took the gun, and then he disassembled it before he went down off the roof, even though you don't see it, and then he took it to the woods, and he reassembled it, and then he left it there, and then he changed his clothes again, right? Like, it's the same FBI now. So let's leave a little bit of room for some of this to be bullshit.
Do you know that a month before that happened, on Google, the names of all the doctors in Utah, in that hospital, in that random hospital in Utah, were all being Googled from an IP address from Israel. Yes. The names of 4 or 5 people who were involved were all like being searched up. So I don't know.
The alleged Pew Pew man, I believe the building that he was perched on was searched randomly, had a spike of searches.
Google Trends, everybody. Use Google Trends and you can see stuff like that. But now if you go on and try to find that, it'll be like an error on the page or something because they got Google. Google's been compromised.
Sure. Snitch. Oh, no, Billups, not the Clutch Sports City. They Clutch better lure you up if they still behind Billups. But again, it seems a little dubious. Like, was he involved in something illegal? Well, if everything they say happened, it sounds like it. But I just don't know. He could just been an ignorant bystander. Like, are you trying to convince me that Chauncey Billups' black ass is part of one of the 5 Italian crime families that make up the mafia? Is that what y'all trying to tell me? Yeah, like, or is it more likely that he's a tool, a useful idiot in the system? I would hope for the latter for his legal situation.
I want to hear what Shaq got to say.
Cards, we played spades, we played talk. But with that being said, every year they would give us forums on what and what not to do. One of those things where if somebody asks you if a certain player is playing, you say no. So all these guys knew what was at stake. And I'm just ashamed that they put themselves and put their family and put the NBA in this position. We all know the rules. We all know the letter of the law. And it's just unfortunate. Innocent till proven guilty.
Good job, Shaq.
But usually when the FBI has something, they have you. You know, FBI, I know a lot of people in the FBI, and I've been in many of those investigations. They'll wait 2, 3, 4, 5 years, but when they come knocking on your door, they have something. And
I want to know what those 4 or 5 things were that he's talking about.
He said he's been involved in, you know, Shaq. He played copper for a while. You know, he likes to play police every now and then.
Grown-ups too. Wasn't he in Grown Ups? He was in Grown Ups.
He was. Yeah, he was in the last 2 and 3.
There was a third? Was that on Netflix?
Maybe.
Meanwhile, the Epstein files. Yeah, that's why the government.
That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Like, there's a lot of reasons why they would want this story to come out now. This does predate Kash Patel, so that does give it a little bit of like, maybe it's legit.
No.
But I mean,
because if it predates him, what a convenient time
to pull it out. Right. That's also what I was going to say on the back half. It's like maybe somebody was legitimately investigating this, but the timing of it all is very convenient for him in the administration to have this come up for sure.
But good thinking, Mo Fly. I like that. That's how you think. I guess that pause means they're going to hit super chats. Super chat
Let's
is.
Get it.
Never take a damn thing slow. All I know is chase this dough and get money.
Give me the face.
Nick Cannon never had a basketball movie, did he?
Give me the face. Give me
No.
Yes.
He did Drumline.
He did
Is Drumline
Drumline.
a
Yeah.
football movie? No.
Is it a what movie?
A football movie. I can't say
No.
so.
No. Nope.
Y'all saying the Kirk thing has more conspiracy? If you don't theorize about governments, like professional liars who've been caught lying in the past and will indeed lie again, then
I also feel like
it's not on us for being conspiracy theorists
facts.
and using that as a slur. It's on you for being a gullible person and trying to, I guess, shun critical thinking.
Yeah, I also think that we've kind of done a number on that term. I don't think it means anything anymore. I think the quote unquote conspiracy nowadays is more than likely the truth. There's just too much freedom of information these days. There's too much freedom of information for them to hide in the margins of, oh, that's classified and national security risk. Like that shit's just not flying anymore. And people are able to look at the information that they're presenting and point out the illogical fallacies of it all. So I won't go down a rabbit hole where there isn't at least some circumstantial evidence. But I would say at very least, we can say that the government's description of what happened to Charlie Kirk just doesn't align in a lot of different ways, even excluding the shooter himself.
There's nothing to see here, Marcus. You just listen to mommy.
Basically.
You get that? What I just did now? Someone get the reference, please. It wasn't for nothing. It wasn't me being stupid. I was referencing something. I'm Too Fly says, it's just a question, LOL. So sensitive. I haven't been checking on that white supremacist.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind. And I understand why people.
It's just a question.
It's more comfortable to just run with whatever the official narrative is. It doesn't cause you to dig into the real nastiness of what could be. And I understand that. I get that. Sometimes I want to turn off the thoughts of what could actually be going on in a lot of these situations.
Okay. But yeah, distractions and everything. There are files. There are real life incidences that need to be addressed. And here's the FBI going after the league on opening week. Waiting for the coverage to be there, right? Because there was no TNT.
That feels very Cash Patelli on this on the the morning after Wembanyama goes off on opening night. Here we are talking about Chauncey getting scooped up, and they said that it was a nationwide raid across the country. So was it more NBA players? Did you go arrest somebody out the crime family since you just know that they run in this ring? Like what's going on there? Who else got arrested? The headline was Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups. But if y'all talking mafia crime families, I want to see some of them arrests. What's going on there?
I want to see Shohei Ohtani, the baseball player from Japan, who had a case against him. And then he was like, nah, that was just my translator who placed the bets. It wasn't me. So they let it go. I want to see them go after him.
Oh, he was doing the same shit.
I don't think he was losing. I think I don't know what it was, but he was allegedly involved and his translator went down, not him.
Y'all have to understand, man.
I don't know the details.
Just for the very sake that these exorbitantly rich individuals are so frivolous with their money that they can be leveraged into doing this nonsense.
Yeah.
They're so loose with their wallet and these degenerate gambling habits that they have now, right? That looks like glitz and glams to everybody on the outside, but it's really threatening their livelihoods on the backside. So now they're forced to bend over and take whatever the shark is asking for.
You said threatening your livelihood on the backside when you bend over and take it.
I mean, hey, all pause is necessary, but that is exactly what's happening.
They got to protect yourself,
And so when you're willing to make yourself vulnerable for your addiction, I think you're over the line. I think you're a junkie.
So I am now pulling up an article from Cosmic Book News. I think that's the white supremacist guy. but I'm reading it regardless because it's the first thing that popped up. Sinners back in the movie theaters. Ryan Coogler's Sinners is returning to the big screen for 1 week, only this Halloween, giving audiences another chance to dance with the devil in IMAX and IMAX 70 millimeters. So I love calling out biases. This is the white supremacist racist guy, right? All right. He puts it as dance with the devil. Why is that in quotes though? Like why is that the term for this movie? Is it so that if you're a God-fearing person, oh, that's that devil movie, the Sinners one? I don't even want.
Well, you got thrown a little dog whistle for the conservatives.
I don't think it's that hard to kind of read this guy. So yeah, I got my confirmation. Is there even a line in the movie saying "dance with the devil"? Maybe there is.
I don't know.
I don't know why I would give him that though. Maybe there isn't. Maybe there isn't. Dance with the devil. It returns to IMAX for Halloween week. Warner Brothers and IMAX announced the shot entirely in IMAX and Ultra Panavision 70 millimeter film will play in select theaters beginning Halloween week. The re-release marks a rare return engagement for one of the year's most ambitious and visually stunning films. Look, I like this because of a great reason. This movie wasn't seen by them critic folks. This is like an April movie. The guys who are gonna vote for Oscars, that's this season. This is award season. The movies usually don't come out in January, February, March, April. Which are going to be judged, right? They didn't see it. Now they get a chance to see it. Oh, I get to see it in IMAX. More reason to watch it. So then, with voting and the score is going to be up for a nomination. Outfits are going to be up for a nomination, and then the best original screenplay, best picture in general. I think maybe even Michael B. Jordan for best lead actor. He plays two characters. It's believable, right? I think that's 5 categories that you want that Hollywood crowd to be caring about your movie. So for all those of you who skipped it because it's not going to be important in Oscar season, it is. It turns out it's one of the best movies that came out this year. Here's your chance. So for that reason, I commend this move and best wishes to my best friend Ryan Coogler, who killed T'Challa. But I like that he did the Sinners movie.
Yeah, I think this is a good move. I think releasing it during Halloween will it'll just continue to bolster the kind of cultish following of the movie. I think he should do this. I think he should try and get in the Fathom events and do this going forward until the sequel comes out. If there's going to be a sequel, if there's going to be a follow up to Sinners in any way. But I think connecting this to the holiday season is a smart marketing move long term, right? You know how sometimes movies are made and they don't end up in the aftermath, like after they get off the big screen, they end up serving a different purpose than what they might have went up for. I guess a good example could be I'm trying to think of a repurpose. Oh, okay. So like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Chainsaw Massacre didn't always come out around Halloween. But if you look on streaming services, network television, what is one of the more reticent brands or franchises that you see at that time of year? It's usually shown, right? Okay. That's kind of how Sinners could kind of slide into that bucket. It's become like a yearly return back to the Sinners brand. And then when you're ready to go move on with the story, it'll have people still on edge. It'll have people still ready to see the next installment.
Yeah, we got to see what those natives were doing and how they knew so much about the vampires. Where's that?
Man, them mugs showed up and never came back. Like, where y'all go? I thought y'all was hunting these mugs.
Their story. Hey, even Remick, he could play himself because they don't age, right? Vampires don't age. We can see the day he got infected, right? If he's willing to do it, whoever that actor is. I've seen the actor in different things. He's not a no-name actor. I think I've seen him in things. Well, respect to him, man. Yeah, there's more to do. It's just, I guess Ryan Coogler's got to hear the pitches because he's probably not going to be writing that movie. But there's more to do with what Sinners created. Maybe every movie that they do needs to end with an ERS. It could be a word like there's Sinners, and I'm on the spot, so I can't think of another one. But like, yeah,
Winners.
Winners.
Maybe we can be winners in the movie. Maybe in winners everybody lives.
Yeah, they all survive. They beat the vampires. Runners.
Yeah, and then we have our babies while we're still alive.
No, I don't think Ryan is up for that one. I don't think he's ready.
No. Only dead fathers.
Stamina's here. Yes, I am back. If they do Sinners like they do Rocky Horror Show, you definitely will get that following until he put another one out.
That's what I'm talking about. Like you want to be involved in the network marathon type stuff. You want to keep working on that cult following, right? I think a movie like Fight Club is a perfect example. Now, you want to be more than Fight Club. You want to have something to build upon and actually have a sequel or a prequel, something of that nature. But Fight Club is a perfect example because I don't think Fight Club did shit in the theaters.
Yeah.
But the amount of people who follow a film like Fight Club is infinite, right? It's more of a cultural thing now than it is, it had a great performance in the box office. It's more than that.
1999 Fight Club. The budget was 63 million. It only brought in 101 million. So
yeah, probably barely crossed. It may not even have made money.
It didn't. Man, imagine being Brad Pitt. They just give you a $63 million movie, which was much more than it is now in 99.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me go to Sinners still. Because someone was guessing it'll make 10 more million. I think Dwayne just said that in chat.
How many theaters is it in? Did it say in the article?
No, it didn't. But it's hitting like 10 IMAX theaters.
10 million would mean that it on 10 IMAX theaters.
Halloween too. It could do it.
But there are other movies. Conjuring's getting ready to come out, right?
No, it can't do it. It can't do it. Sorry, no.
10 million is a lot for what, 1 week?
Yeah, but it is overpriced tickets, right?
And there's other things to see.
I actually don't know what to base my. I don't know. Last times there were re-releases. Maybe Interstellar this year was re-released, wasn't it? Do that. Sorry to waste your guys' time, but I feel like we're all learning something from this. When Interstellar had a re-release in 2025 for its 10th anniversary. Just give me America. No, it was 2024 maybe.
I know the Star Wars thing. They played Phantom Menace, and that made 2 million. Or no, it made more. It made 20, didn't it?
I think 25 million on the first 40 million total. I know. Why do I think when I can just search it? But here's Interstellar, where its re-release in December was 15 million domestically.
Okay. So then maybe 10 million isn't out of the question. It would be I think it would be an impressive feat if it did it while Conjuring, Black Phone 2, while those films are still in the middle of their run.
Here's Revenge of the Sith this year, or the one that just happened in April. It said 25 for the opening, but it grossed 34 million. But worldwide, that's 55 worldwide for that 1 week. It was only 7 days.
Nice.
That is insane. So yeah,
that is crazy. That's crazy.
If then Star Wars is a ceiling. If Star Wars is the ceiling of 55, then maybe 10 million isn't so crazy.
I could see it.
But Star Wars was in more movie theaters.
Definitely in more theaters.
Here, 2,800. I don't know if Sinners is going to re-release in 2,800 theaters. I think the most, guys, is for maybe 5,000. What would Minecraft? Minecraft would be something like 5,000. Minecraft spelled it wrong.
I think it was 4. I think we talked about how many seats they were in for Minecraft.
Sinners was in way less, right? Here,
yeah.
42.
4,200.
4,200.
Now that's a film that you expect to go. You put it in 4,200 screens, you need that movie to go.
Sinners is the best film of 2025. Did you see the one with Teyana Taylor and Leonardo da Vinci? DiCaprio?
I will not be watching or reviewing.
Okay.
Don't support individuals who want to build resorts in a murderous nation.
Yo, that brings up Dave Chappelle and what you had to say 2-3 streams ago, which I didn't talk to you about. but you were like mad at him, and I'm like, United States, hello,
Please don't
like,
don't do that. Chill. Please don't do that.
I also
don't use their excuse. Don't do that.
I also
let
don't
them
know
off the hook like that.
what he's gonna say when he's there.
No,
What if
I know what he's
this
not
goes-
going to say. I know what he signed contractually not to say.
He can break the contract. I don't know that
And
he's
get
not going to
and get chopped up. What happened to the last media member who spoke out against the Crown family? What happened to the last media member?
Jamal Khashoggi in Turkey was at a hotel. They sent he was chopped up. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for
Dave. You about to break the contract?
Yeah, but I don't like predict what Dave Chappelle does. Let's wait for it to happen, and then I'll be like,
let's just talk through this part again. What happened to the last media member that spoke out against the Crown family?
Died.
So Chappelle's gonna go out there and speak out against the Crown family, even though he signed a contract to say that he wouldn't.
He's way higher profile. He's go under the radar, and I have to wait for him to do the thing before I go. The L for the week goes to Dave Chappelle.
So if the man tells you he's brazen enough to unalive an American journalist, right, and then do away with the evidence, and then continue with his campaign to win over American media and sports, you think he's going to bat an eye at Dave Chappelle?
No, I think people are innocent till proven guilty, and I just want to wait for Dave Chappelle to do something before I get mad at him.
There's no innocence and guilt, right? When you're in the United States performing in the country that you're actually from, that's point number one, right? You are not under any restriction on what it is you can say. You don't sign a contract and say, I will not talk about my government. I will not criticize my president. I will not talk about my president's family. None of that is true.
There are things like that you're not allowed to talk about.
You are trying to bend yourself into a pretzel to make this make sense, and it's not becoming of you.
But there exists.
When you talk in the United States, you are protected under the First Amendment. There is no such law in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
So how do you stand up and talk out against the Trump regime? And that goes for Chappelle, Bill Burr, anybody else who sits up here and is anti-Trump till the cows come home, right? But then step into an even more authoritarian regime where they murder people for dissent.
Yeah.
Openly. Now we're not talking about black room CIA shit. I mean, drag you out, chop you up, and then murder you.
I know everything. I'm with it. Yep.
So I'm trying to figure out how he rationalizes it.
The thing is, this is Dave Chappelle, who, like when you started, you were talking about how he should have earned. You said some nice things about him, and how you never thought that this would happen because of the way he's always operated and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, okay, let's just wait for him to do the thing that we think may be wrong. Dave Chappelle, maybe he could come in there like, yo, listen, they're probably not going to air this, or this is not going to be recorded, or blah, blah, blah. But what I have to say to you guys in the audience is, look, you're not really holding it. He's Muslim himself, Dave Chappelle. He could be like, yo, this is not our religion. We got to change it. That he could have one of those types of comedy specials where he really like tries. Like I've seen in the past, or at least I heard a Bill Burr interview where he was over there and they were told not to make a joke about the royal family or any of that, but he did anyways, and the show went off without a hitch and stuff like that. I gotta wait for Dave Chappelle to not be Dave Chappelle because he's Dave Chappelle, before I give him the L. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking to you about how bad Saudi Arabia is, because I do agree with all the problems that they got, and they killed the journalist Jamal Khashoggi in Turkey.
I mean, literally, the thing that we're protesting right now in Gaza, they've already committed theirs. They've had a siege on Yemen this entire time through Live Golf, through Jamal Khashoggi, all of that. They've had the same type of blockade set up on Yemen as Israel does on Gaza. But somehow you call DJ Khaled the world's fattest Palestinian for not talking about that. But you'll line up and go work for the Saudis, and they're doing the same thing.
Ooh, what if he's there in front of the Saudi princes being like, listen, I got your attention, and I'm not afraid to say that how you guys have been during this Palestinian.
They will take
Look, we'll wait for that to happen, and then we'll say,
I don't want it to happen. Why even put yourself in that situation? Why are you going there? You don't have enough money?
Face to face, do the bold thing. He's Dave Chappelle. Let's wait for that to happen first. Let's hear him out. Has he spoken about it yet? Has he done an interview about like taking the money or what he'll do with the money?
I haven't heard.
Maybe this is a $30 million payday, and he's going to take that $30 million and do something that we would all approve of. And we go, Well, the show was going to happen whether he went or not.
But how does that not feel as just like paying off to wash yourself of the situation? If you go over there, you do what's asked, you stay within the parameters that were set for you, and then you come home and spend the money to kind of wash your reputation.
Spend the money? I'm not telling you spend the money. I'm saying if all of the money is used, like donated at all. Like,
no, I hear that, but that is a sanitation of the move that you made to make the money. It's not I didn't want you to go and perform for an authoritarian regime to get $30 million for black people back home, if that's what you were doing. Fam, do you need to be any richer than what you are right now to help black people back home? I don't think Dave Chappelle needs to be any more wealthy than what he is right now if helping people is at the forefront of his mind. There's nothing over in Saudi Arabia that we need, that you need to go over there and get. It's not a goddamn thing you need to go over there and do to help people over here.
Totally disagree with that. That if 30 million or 20 million or 3 million can be acquired for 1 weekend.
Chill. I don't know if you know this, but Dave Chappelle is probably one of the most wealthy comedians in the world. He has enough money to do whatever the fuck off he wants to do. If he wants to get $30 million or something,
more. And he
doesn't need to go to Saudi Arabia to get it.
Sure, but he will, because he can either do that or be at home watching football, and he's deciding, possibly, we don't know. I'm just saying, if he does do something like that to make more money, even though he's got a lot of money, and he's like, I'll use the money to help over here because it's within my budget. Maybe he wants to own an NFL team and he's hoarding, or I don't know what he's doing with his money, what his plans are. But if he's going to do something for money to help, I'm totally okay with that. I disagree with you.
I'm a Occam's razor guy. I go for the most common, the easiest conclusion to get to. And when a rich person takes money and seemingly puts his morals in his back pocket to take said money, it's usually just because he wants the money. It's not some deep secret angle that he's working. Again, we've seen Dave Chappelle use his platform for years, and it didn't involve him working for people who were so overtly oppressive. And so, and yes, even more so than the USA, because at least we have the good sense not to do it on such a public sphere and then act as if no one is watching. Okay. So
semantics.
It's not semantics. It's not semantics. Name me the foreign journalist that has been murdered by the United States. Name me the foreign journalist that the Secret Service snatched up for insulting Trump and never to be seen from again. Who?
Ooh, and I can point it and I can say that the U.S. did it.
Yeah, give it to me.
Mind. I maybe there is, but no one comes to mind.
And I'm not saying that they've never done it. What I'm saying is,
I know they've done it, but I can't.
Where we're at today, it is a much more untenable thing to unalive, excuse me for the sake of the stream, a journalist in America than it is in Saudi Arabia.
If that's a big enough difference for you, then it's a big enough difference for you. But like, U.S. does shady things all the time. Go ask the Cuban, like 2 years ago, they just had like a coup d'etat attempt in Cuba. What else did they do recently? I mean, the list goes on. You're not even disputing that the United States is bad,
absolutely, yeah.
Dave's not Dave as soon as he put pen to paper to appear there. Why do you want Dave Chappelle to die? Dave won't make it out. Chill. More people on your side. Tell me you don't know anything about KSA without saying you don't know anything about KSA. All right. Well, didn't this already happen? The show passed and he didn't break any rules. LOL. Did it already happen?
I thought it was, because Bill Burr's already been talking about it. He talked about his experience there. So I thought it went off with a hitch, but he didn't break any rules. We didn't hear any viral moments.
Bad take, show.
Man. Look, if rich folks want to get richer, that's kind of what they do. That's in their nature. Just say that. Cut it with the whole man of the people bullshit. And honestly, when them folks get on your ass about being selective, about making jokes about them, but you can hold your tongue for BDS, or MBS, excuse me, for MBS, then okay, cool, cool. I'm gonna let them have you now. I'm jumping out. I'm no longer stepping in front of that criticism for you because you've shown that you're selective in your criticism. You can find every opportunity you can to talk about a trans person in your stand-ups just for the sake that people are telling you not to talk about them. Okay, Cool. So then we should have had the same energy with murderers and colonizers and oppressors, right? Should have had the same energy with them, correct? Or no? Because they pay better.
Start over. I was reading chat because this guy said that the cognitive dissonance is overwhelming me. Chappelle has been on a downward spiral to me for a couple years, and this was the nail in the coffin to his credibility. What's the downward spiral?
Now I'm conflicted because the stance that I was in before was, listen, if trans people are part of our society, if we're all created the same and want the same protections, then if it's okay for comedians to get on stage and make a joke about fatherless black children or a daddy leaving for milk and never showing back up, or, whatever, black jokes, then it's totally fine to have trans jokes. If you're part of this society, it's totally fine for people to joke about you and even offend you, because a joke should be offensive to a certain degree. That's a joke. That's what it is if it's done in kind. I don't think that there should be violence against them. I don't think that they should encourage violence against them. But a joke is a joke is a joke. And if you're part of society, we should be able to joke. But now I'm looking at it like maybe the criticism is valid. If you're that selective, if you can turn it on and off, then why wouldn't you just leave them alone? You could have. Clearly, you're showing me that you can check yourself when the interest is in your favor to do so. Like, I didn't do that. You did that shit. Yeah, I didn't make you do that.
I really want to see, and it's probably not recorded, but I really want to see what he says or said, depending on if it happened or not.
I would love to see him do a sit down about it.
He doesn't do interviews. He's like Beyonce,
It'll probably do another stand up where he'll address it. And, he's a very talented comedian. It's just like people are saying in the chat, it's a credibility thing. You don't get that back. You can't earn that back. And he had years of building that up with people. And to throw it all away for a check, I couldn't imagine being in debt and make that much money. What are you doing? What are you doing? That check could influence you to that degree. What are you doing with your fucking money?
Buying gold.
Like, man, we really out here just surviving. We getting it week to week. And dudes making entire GDPs of small countries and still getting leveraged by money.
Blue said, what did Dave do? No, Blue's asking this.
No, we're not running that all the way back, Blue. You're going to have to take it back like 10 minutes.
When Snoop Dogg did the crypto bowl, Blue's opinion was more like, yeah, he's really into crypto. It's not a Trump thing. It's a crypto thing that had Trump's family in it.
I think that's how they sold it to him. But you gotta realize the optics. And he's another one. If you wanted to be there, then just stand on it. But don't try to make it seem like it's something for us. Like, yeah, I'm in the rooms and, I'm having conversation and you got to work with it. You went there to get paid, brother. And you don't care. Money is green. Just say that. Say it so we can see you all for the brazen, money hungry individuals that you are. I would rather you be honest about it.
But what does Snoop do with his money? Is this money going to help some of the things that he does, like these football programs?
I have to be frank with you. I don't give a shit. Morality is morality.
I do, and that's
we live our We live our lives.
Morality is an interesting.
It's not different rules for us than it is for them. If you go out there and you pimp yourself out to outlets and say what they want you to say for a check, and then you end up doing something good with the money, it's a net neutral, right? You have given up your integrity to make money. And now you are attempting to do something on the back end to make yourself feel better about it. So I don't accept what is he going to do with the check that he got from being a tool?
Well, Nelly and Snoop Dogg, or the crypto event would have happened without Nelly or Snoop Dogg anyways.
Sure. So why do you have to be the instrument?
All right. I'll use you and I. We make money because on YouTube we use it. They donate, or if the ad revenue happens, 30% of it goes to Google and YouTube. I am helping a monster. We track you, a unsafe. It's Google. It's a huge monster. It's ugly. And things that I do professionally on YouTube as Chillmonger contribute to this disastrous place who create phones and they don't compensate the hardworking slave laborer in Congo for the minerals used to create phones. I morally, since that's the thing. Chi-Town says next topic, please. Fine. I still wanted to talk to Blue about this, and yeah, send Blue a link, bro. If he's available. I still want to like dig in this. Chi-Town says no and move on. Is Chi-Town alone? I was on a roll, but I don't want to like neglect the audience.
Yeah, finish your thought. Finish your thought, and then we can get to the next thing. I'll work on getting Blue a link.
Well, the place that I was at was fucking slaves. Google. This is a terrible place, and I know that the things that I do with my money are positive. And that's morality, right? What's moral to me and positive and all good isn't the same to you. But I think that I'm doing the right thing, even though I'm participating in the game by having a Google phone, by every bit of money that I get, 30% of it goes to Google as Chillmonger. And so I weigh that and I go, yep, I'm making Google money. I'm also doing awesome things here.
Okay. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. I don't know where I was going with it. I think I shouldn't have stopped talking. But like the bad guy gets money, or the bad guy's involvement, or all money is dirty and all that stuff doesn't really hit me, because what I do with the money once it changes hands and it's in my possession is something that is helpful. If that's what Dave Chappelle would be doing. Or
you don't want to be famous, Tina, so that you don't have to go to bad places and do entertainment for bad people. That you can do it privately right now. Just call up the Saudis, let them know you want to sing and dance for them, and I promise you they'll fly you out. You don't gotta, it's there's right and wrong, folks. And to talk about your point directly, Chill, do you understand why that situation for you is just inherently different from what we're talking about with Chappelle? You have to buy that phone. Like you have to. You probably work off it to a certain degree. It's your main way of communication. It's your livelihood. Like, you have to have that phone.
I could buy a second-hand phone.
Does Chappelle have to go to? Does he have to go to Saudi Arabia? Doesn't have to. No, like, it is a choice for him to do so. It's not. Yeah. It's not life or death. It's not the difference between the people he wants to help getting those resources and not. There is no other reason than him wanting to enrich himself for it to happen. So that's the difference. Himself?
Is it enriching himself in this possibility, which may not be true, but I keep presenting? He's not enriching himself if all the money goes to something else at all. He's not enriching himself.
Yeah, that number one, that's a pretty big if. Number two, it doesn't erase the initial action of you going out and doing it in the first place. Doesn't make it better. At very least, you're net neutral.
He's also aware over the last 24 years since 2001 of the dehumanization that's been happening to people from Saudi Arabia, Arabs in general. And he may want to be like, all right, look, I'm going to be part of this event because they are people there, just like the people in Europe and people in the United States, everywhere. I will treat them equally. I will treat them like they're part of our world, and not go like, oh, that's that taboo place, like media. Let me finish the whole thought through. Unlike what the media who have been owning, who've been painting the picture over the last few years from a part of the world that benefits from the fear from Arabs and all that stuff. He wants to reverse that, and he wants to use his influence or his status to do that also. There's that positive that comes for it, and that doesn't mean he is all in favor with what the government is doing, what the nation's leaders are doing. Just like when he performs in America, he's not pro-Trump.
So, again, he goes to support the Yemeni people, who I'm assuming that you're talking about, the people that they holding up a blockade on, the people that they're keeping in the open air prison. I assume Arabs you're talking about.
I mean Arabs. Don't assume.
Just Arabs in general, not the people that they're actively, oppressing. Not the folks that they're doing wrong to, but just Arabs in general. I want to bring the Arabs.
Literally Arab people in general with brown.
To represent those folks in Yemen, he goes and performs for the royal family under conditions of not criticizing them while he does it. That's how he represents Arabs.
Started with Yemen. I'm not doing a Yemen thing. I'm talking about
how could you sever it though? Would you ever sever Gaza from Netanyahu? Would you ever sever what that man is doing in that part of the world from how you evaluate him?
I'm not talking about it. Like the premise that you're starting it on.
How can you not talk about it in this context? The context is why is he there? I let you go. I didn't make you fight through me. I let you go. What the premise was, why is he there under a oppressive regime? Why is he performing for an oppressive regime? Would it be any different if he went and performed in Jerusalem? If he went and performed in Tel Aviv? Would it be any different? Would you be cool with that as long as he came back and did something with the money?
You asking me a question now?
You crazy as hell. Yeah. Hold on, Tina. I got
you asked me a question before and I was talking, so don't hit me with that. I let you go because you did ask a question, which is why I was going.
But I definitely let you speak. If you were just going to plan on grandstanding the whole time and not letting me respond, you could have let me know that.
Don't pretend that Chillmonger doesn't get interrupted on this Pantheon thing on a weekly basis.
That's not what I just said to you.
All right, well, I get interrupted all the time. Damn, your question was what if he went to Jerusalem and he was like this and that and that? Well, it'd be the opposite because I feel like the people. I feel like the Israeli people, the leadership there, people tied to them, are Disney, Warner Brothers, Paramount, are painting the picture over the last 24 years that what an Arab is, no matter where you are in that peninsula, whether it's Yemen or Oman or anywhere. I feel like those people have been doing the bashing. So then by being here, he's doing the counter. He's doing the nah. These are normal people this is a normal country here with normal human beings.
You understand that anti-Muslim sentiment is not the problem in Saudi Arabia. Anti-Arab sentiment is not the problem in Saudi Arabia. They're not dealing with anti-Muslim sentiment in Saudi Arabia. They're dealing with an oppressive regime. They are dealing with somebody who is putting a blockade around an entire country. Anti-Muslim behavior is not their problem. Anti-Arab behavior is not their problem. It's not their issue. Bringing awareness to Arab people is the least of the worries in that place.
But it's
like this is nonsensical at this point, man. They are killing people the same way the Israeli regime is killing people, and you saying it's the exact opposite. What are you saying to me right now?
Because I'm saying that globally there is a picture that's been painted of a reputation or hatred towards Arabs. Not just the religion, but I wasn't bringing religion into it. I didn't need to. There's a physical depiction of people who, if they look like this, it's a problem, taboo, bad, boo. Done by the people aligned with Israel. So to reverse that, now you're telling me about something that the Arabs are doing that is bad. The Saudi Arabia specifically is doing that is bad to Yemen, and I agree with what they're doing is bad to the Yemen people. But it doesn't not make true the case that I'm making that when you boxing events like the UFC or the WWE or anything, any type of concert happening in there or any sort of there's soccer players are playing there. All of these things that make them a part of a member of the global community. Oh, look, people cheer just like that. Just same reasons that we cheer in our country where we live. And no, they're normal people. That reverses the spell.
Is this the same argument of what it is, live golf and all of that? Is this kind of similar?
Golf, all that stuff. Yeah. So I understand why they
I don't think there's a real defense, I guess. If you're looking at it from market side, there's really no real defense of it. Chill. You know what I'm saying? If that regime is being that egregious in what they're doing, I don't see that. And honestly, go ahead. Chill, you know what I'm saying? You brought up the Snoop thing. I think that is totally different from what this is, you know what I'm saying, with the whole Saudi Arabia thing. I think Marcus made a good point of however they sold it. I don't 100% agree with Marcus on the money situation. I think, hey, I could take bad money and turn it into good money. I'm one of those people, you know what I'm saying? Being an ex-street person, I know about things like that. So, but I do agree on morals, like morals and principles. If you have certain morals and principles, you know what I'm saying? And everybody don't view morals and principles the same way as Marcus might view it, as Chill might view it, as Blue might view it. Maybe we float somewhere in the middle. We can dap up somewhere and keep it moving. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody's morale ain't the same way. You know what I'm saying? Morality scale ain't the same way. So I say let's what's the next topic? Because y'all finna go in circles.
I don't get on YouTube to talk about morals. It feels like it happens more than I want to, though. I want to talk about the entertainment news. I want to chat about. What?
Chill, you do talk about morals.
Yeah, and I don't want to.
A lot.
No, you purposely talk about morals on YouTube. Chill. Representation is a morality thing.
It's absolutely a morality thing. If not for morality, why are we talking about representation?
You are 100% right. That is in that category. Yeah.
We can move on though. We'll be here for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Representation is the reason Sinners was a news topic today. We did NBA representation. Did we do Kathleen Kennedy, Star Wars, Warner Bros?
Hey, I thought this was Darius. Why? I thought that was Darius.
Darius. Tina.
Where's my good brother Darius? Where's Darius? Is he not coming tonight?
I think he is. He had a prior engagement though. Yeah,
I'll just sit here and be quiet until Darius comes.
You got to mute your mic and then talk and be real animated.
Chill! No! Chill. No! It's my turn. Let me stop or Darius get mad at me.
No, thank you, Tina.
It is my turn. It is my time.
I let you talk. It's my turn. It's my turn because see, this is what happens when I get mad. I try to be calm, chill, and you be on that fake bullshit.
Hey, you know what's funny? Skip Bayless is from Oklahoma. That's the perfect union right there. He from Oklahoma. It's my turn.
Man.
Moving forward, we got Kennedy and we got WB on the sale. Blue, take it away. Warner Brothers selling. David Zaslav says we're open for business, baby.
Open for business. That's right. Come get it. Come get it while it's hot too. Piping.
Who do y'all want to see it go to though?
Anybody but Paramount.
Facts, right? Like, why would that even be a unison? I don't even feel like their content goes together.
Nah, anybody but Paramount. I honestly would love to. I threw something up yesterday. I said, and I don't know if Microsoft is trying to get into the realm of doing TV. I would like to see somebody like Microsoft take it.
You want a tech company Apple to get it?
Yeah, because why not? But reason and more so, I would like because this consolidation of these studios makes for less content. So when a Paramount gets it, a Disney, you know what I'm saying? I don't want Netflix. I don't even want Netflix and nobody like that to get. I would rather somebody brand new who kind of is not in the entertainment, because then it keeps Warner Brothers able to do Warner Brothers thing. I know Microsoft would be over, but it's still one, you know what I'm saying? The sense of what Warner Brothers would be, it's still, to me, would still be there. That's how I kind of look at it.
Personal preference, I hope NBC Universal gets it. I hope Comcast gets it. Because I feel like that's the most normal, right? It doesn't necessarily sandwich two like old film studios together.
No.
And it keeps it in the hands of somebody who's not going to exploit the content. I feel like I think NBC will try to get back to normal with DC and Warner Brothers as opposed to more extravagant swings as we've seen under current leadership.
I don't know if they got the money, Mark.
You don't think so?
They just had to do a split.
I mean, they just got that money from Disney for Hulu. They got a little bit of coin.
That might have went straight into their debt.
It's already over.
I don't think they got it, man.
What would happen inside the NBA would be on NBC then, right?
It is on NBC.
It's on ESPN. It's on ESPN. But maybe they would license it out to NBC.
It's on NBC.
So we always say, what's the show on NBC then with Michael Jordan? Who's that going to be?
Inside the NBA. It's always been.
You know what? I did see Charles and them on ESPN though last night. I definitely saw them on ESPN last night.
It's not inside them. You're right. It's
they got like a Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady.
Yeah. That's because NBC, they went back to whatever the old. Remember when NBA was on NBC? What was that in the 90s?
Round Ball Rock.
So whatever that show is, I think they're bringing that back. I think that's what it is with Carmelo and all of them.
Inside Stuff? Is that what it's called?
Oh, Ahmad Rashad show, huh?
Yeah, I
Ahmad
wanna say that's
Rashad.
what it is.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They tried that
So
with Grant
Ahmad
Hill
Rashad.
and that model 10 years ago. I guess they canceled it.
I don't remember that. Grant Hill and the model.
Yeah, the Inside Stuff. Yeah.
Tina, who you want to get it?
YouTube.
Apple. Is Apple bidding? I saw Amazon and Netflix in there. Is Apple bidding on it?
They
I
said,
don't know
man,
if they're
from what I
bidding, but they should get in.
what I understand, that's everybody's bidding in.
They should
What-
get into it.
My understanding.
I wouldn't mind a tech company having it. I think you would get some a fresh approach.
I think they'll be hands off too. Like they'll
Yep.
be on, but they'll be off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see how MGM and Amazon was fighting over James Bond, so I don't think it's clearly hey, we'll just pay for everything and y'all run it type thing. I think there is a little bit of interest in having a little bit of creative control. Matter of fact, Amazon paid $20 million to get Final Cut from Denis Villeneuve. So I think they want something to bolster them into Disney stratosphere, but they're missing the catalog. They don't have the catalog. They don't have the film products. They don't have the TV shows, right? And they're trying. They're admirable. They got a few things that's popping over there. They got Severance and some other shows, but they don't have the weight of nostalgic content that Warner Brothers and Disney hoard. Now, Warner Brothers on the fritz, this the opportunity to kind of speed up their growth. I just wonder how long would they do it? Like these type of companies don't hold on to assets long unless that's the new business model going forward. They might get this thing, drain it for everything it's worth, and then pitch it to somebody else.
Well, I don't know, because tech companies is the new thing. You know what I'm saying? Tech companies is the new wave. All the tech companies. That's the reason why music ain't. Tech companies might be the horrible thing to do too, also because they kill everything,
killing all the media.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, Apple would probably be my first choice. Like I said, Apple, Microsoft, a tech company like that, because I think they would be more hands off. Apple being brand new, I don't know what IP they could just run out there and get to. Like, what IP is there out there that is, nostalgic or holds enough weight that I'm gonna go spend billions of dollars to go and get? Not saying that it's not.
I don't think there's anyone with billions. No.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Apple, the type of company that would do it just because they got it and they want it.
Because they got it. That's $1 trillion company right there.
Yeah, but they not being loud about it. They kind of sitting in the background. Ain't nobody talking about them making no proposals.
They might not.
I think they said F1 costs like $300 or $400 million, and it's like they ain't really make no money off of that. But they did that movie just to kind of let's get out here.
And that was a deal with WB.
Yeah,
it was. It wasn't meant to be a WB movie. It was meant for Apple TV. And
but I'm saying it was a deal to be distributed into theaters by WB. I'm just saying they're already partnering up.
Trying to get in there. They trying to get in there.
But so then they value the theater. They value that. Yeah, it's nice to have movies that you can stream on your Netflix streaming service, but we'll always look at that as that's the direct to streaming movie. Let that thing go to movies first and do its numbers and have them hit the same. Or not the same. It would be a movie circuit, The View, all those places, and then you got this movie quality movie that's on Apple TV, right? That just means more than if it's the same movie that was on Apple. It just wouldn't hit the same. It wouldn't be as culturally relevant. And now I bring up Netflix because no one has yet.
I would say, are we all on the same page? Nobody want Netflix to get it, right?
I don't think
I'd want Netflix to get it. I don't want Netflix to get it. I just think it depends. If they realize what I just realized and what it feels like Apple realized, that having a theatrical division, which would be Warner Brothers, and then all your movies do end up coming and sitting and staying on Netflix. If they keep Warner Brothers as a theatrical, they just happen to own it, then so what if Netflix owns it? How are they any different than any of the others?
I don't think they want it because Netflix is in the business of renting.
Yeah, and they're trying to take them out.
Owners.
They want to take out the last living remnants of the theater. They don't believe in that model at all. Them getting Warner Brothers,
they don't own IP. What IP does Netflix own? The IP, all like the originals is all leased to them, so they can put the Netflix original on it, but it's not theirs.
Like Squid Game is like that. They don't actually make Squid Game. Yeah. Yep.
They rent everything that they put out as a Netflix original is rented. It's leased to them.
But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like they would have to change. They would have to be like, okay, fine. We are a theatrical, like Warner Brothers will let them stay doing what they do. We won't Netflixize the Warner Brothers acquisition.
I think that might be too much for them. I think that because that's like a 90-degree pivot. That's not.
Yeah, that is a complete opposite of what they believe. It's an archaic viewing model. I think it's the last time I heard them talking about it. It's at the theater, an archaic viewing model.
That is Zack Snyder's. That's Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon.
Nice. Now that is the only thing that interests me about a potential marriage between WB and Netflix, because Zack Snyder's still under contract with Netflix. If they get Warner Brothers, you got to believe they would go to Zack Snyder, and then everybody's head would pop because the Snyder Bros would be like, "No, he coming back. He restored it."
Stop, man. Why?
They gonna bring it back.
This is day 2 of my Zack Snyder diatribe I've done. Like, no, that is not happening. Why would they?
Hey, if Netflix get their hand on it, the internet is going to be on fire.
Do you? Yeah, it will be. But do you know the logistics of putting that back together? It's damn near logistically impossible to put that back together.
All, Netflix don't give a damn about continuity from the prior. So they could literally just pick up from Zack Snyder's Justice League and go forward.
They want Henry Cavill back. They want them back.
And if they knew Zack was at the helm, you don't think they would come back?
Ben been trying to be Batman for 20 years now. I think he done.
If they
Henry
knew
Cavill
Zack was back at the helm,
I think he done. I think it's time to move on.
I think they would.
Gal Gadot can't act herself out of wet paper bag. I think it's time to let it go.
Yeah, no, Gal Gadot you gotta ask Gail. Gail Leibowitz gotta go.
Back in the news doing what he do?
Nah. Not the whole thing. Now, hold on, wait. Now, I ain't say the whole universe, just the parts that we like.
Get it. Don't act like you can't get it. Get it all. Don't half-ass the shit.
No, they can have Ezra and Gail. They gotta stay. They gotta stay.
I just don't. Because he gonna want to do Joker. He gonna want to go get what's my man who just bombed at the box office with Tron?
Hell no. Go get Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. He gonna bring
next
Jared
person
Leto
put
back.
Jared Leto in their movies. I'm gonna make it my mission to talk about that shit. I am going to make it my mission to down that movie.
Skeletor in the new He-Man movie.
What's that?
He's Skeletor in the new He-Man.
No, I thought that was a rumor. You for real? He's Skeletor?
Yeah, he's Skeletor.
He has to practice voodoo. How does he keep getting a job? He has to, he got to be over hanging out with the Haitians because something ain't connecting with Jared Leto. I don't know. I don't know.
Not only is he controversial, but he's terrible at his job at that. Like, he's not even good. It's one thing for you to be Leo and you have all these young women and these, loose affiliations with murderous nations. But then Leo's good at his job. Jared Leto ain't been good since Panic Room, boy. It ain't been positive.
He overact when he ain't got to. That's what it is. He just overact when he don't have to. It's crazy. For him, every movie is an Oscar award-winning movie for some reason. Like, you're Morbius.
He said he was giving it his all in Morbius.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
It's Morbin time.
What you was pulling up, Chill? What was that?
I was looking at Stranger Things. Someone says I was locked in. I was just looking at Stranger Things for the ownership. It says that the Duffer Brothers created it or wrote it, and they're the producers, but it doesn't actually say like they have ownership of it. It sounds like the Netflix has ownership of Stranger Things.
I'm gonna almost say that I'm almost gonna say that Netflix probably owns some of that stuff. Like some of the stuff is probably leased, like maybe the Tyler Perry stuff, maybe, but even that they might want full ownership of it.
You think so? I think they might lease because it's like I look at it like owning your masters. Like, no, it's mine. Right. It's just you holding on to it until you can give it back to me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ain't Tyler stuff on BET Plus now? So he can't be exclusive.
All over the place.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, Tyler everywhere. Tyler on Amazon.
And he just did a deal with Paramount too.
Tyler probably has enough power to probably do like a short-term lease, 10 years, 15 years, something like that. But I think some of that stuff, Netflix owns some of it. Probably not.
I mean, you can't forget about the network stuff that they renting too. They got Walking Dead, they got all the CW shows, they got Grey's Anatomy. Like they've got shit that people come back and watch evergreen. They got evergreen.
They probably own Squid Games. They probably own that.
Let me see. I'm gonna see.
They probably own that. That man, they probably Because you got to think he don't have no leverage. They probably own that.
Netflix Korea exclusive.
Yeah,
they have to own some stuff. Not everything is licensed. I'm sure that some things there are Netflix original, Netflix owned, and they benefit from T-shirt sales and everything. Tyler Perry does have pull. He probably does own everything that he puts there, or has a agreement of some sort that makes him gives him ownership, so like he can put it on BET Plus. I think Tyler Perry is Tyler Perry, so we don't have to worry about that with him.
Yeah, but some of it, they probably own some of that stuff. Not a lot though. They don't want to be in the in that type of business.
Jared can act. He's not an all-timer, but he's no Gal Gadot. He's serviceable. Pause.
He's just problematic. You know, there's always weird things surrounding him, and I just don't understand like how he keeps like there's only gonna be like something's gonna pop with him one day, and it's like all the signs been here, and y'all keep hiring him.
What was his last 3 movies? Morbius, this, and what's the other one?
Oh, nah, Morbius. After Morbius, he did like 10 more movies after Morbius.
Really?
Yeah. Jared Leto is he's a working actor, dog. Like Tina said, I don't know who he got in his pocket, but he gets
something.
He getting to it, huh?
Yeah.
With the same face, that same doe-eyed look.
Can you imagine all the people that they saw for Tron?
What's the look? Do the look? We didn't see the look.
You like?
Can you imagine all the actors they saw for Tron? Probably about 7 people.
Yeah.
You looked at all their backgrounds, who has incidents going on, and you was like, but Jared Leto.
Jared, let's get Jared.
Crazy.
Somebody said it would have made at least 20 million on the opening if they had Ryan Gosling.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. They should just went with old buddy from the last Tron movie.
No, they can't get him. He eat people.
Do it. Who was that? Nah, that wasn't
that's Hammer, ain't it? Ain't that Army
that
Hammer?
ain't Hammer. That wasn't Hammer.
In the last Tron and Tron
that wasn't Hammer.
Let me see.
But they also said they set this movie up to fail. This Tron was supposed to springboard the Tron ride.
They couldn't market the movie. Their star was embroiled in 9 sexual assault allegations. He wasn't doing press. All of that stuff Corn Sweat was doing over the summer, all that stuff that fantastic. Pedro and Vanessa Kirby, they was outside. He did none of that. None of
what? Ezra Miller couldn't really promote Flash. That movie didn't make enough money. Brie Larson wasn't really promoting for Captain Marvel 2. Didn't make that much money. If anything, these 3 examples show me the importance of your star, and whether they say the superstar A-list celebrity, that's not that there's no movie stars anymore, and there's no
that's a lie.
Let me finish the sentence. Hold on.
My bad. I was just agreeing with you. My bad.
My point is just that there is still value, and the 3 times for different reasons why when there wasn't the lead actor sitting on the couch doing all the press, the 3 times that I can point to in recent history in movies that should have made more money, Flash, Captain Marvel, even this Tron movie should have made more. The 3 times I can point at proves to me, because there's 3 examples that you still do need to have press. There's still value in it. It's just a matter of how you do it and where you do it. Feels like Warner Brothers figured it out because Sinners, Final Destination, the year they've been having, it feels like they know what to do and how to do it. But the lead actor is still important. Keep agreeing with me, Blue. What were you saying?
Nah, the rollout matters, man. Like, I don't know when they was like, oh, well, we didn't really need to do press for Captain Marvel 2. Yes, the fuck you did. What are you talking about?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
You needed to do press for that. Oh, well, we really didn't. No, you need to do press for these movies because we live in a society where everything is microwave and we get it ASAP.
When you go to the juice aisle in the grocery store, do you pick the juice from the middle aisle or do you pick it from the one that's on the bottom shelf? When you go and buy you a car off the lot, do you go search around back where they doing service to find you one, or do you find something that's at the front of the lot? How you present your products matters. And so when your star is hiding in the makeup room, when you're trying to talk to everybody because he can't be talked about about his situation, that's going to hurt you. If he can't be out front, then that shows a lack of confidence.
Can you explain that juice thing from the middle, from the back? I'm not sure I'm following. One is better.
Y'all don't got no juice aisles on the refrigerator.
Shelf placement is important. That's all he's saying.
It's a marketing thing. You know, you put your most popular brands in the center aisle at eye level. So that's the most people are.
Don't nobody want to bend down and pick nothing up.
Ain't nobody getting nothing off that bottom layer. Yeah, ain't nobody going down there.
Okay.
You put the generics down there, the store brand that go on that bottom shelf.
Think of like top shelf liquor, bottom shelf liquor. It's called that for a reason, because on the bottom shelf is where that's where the Everclear is. And
there's well, and then there's that shit all up there by the ceiling.
Right. You know what I'm saying? The Louis is up there.
Yeah. Fancy bottles.
Chill don't know how to shop. The culture made you great.
Oh man.
Man of the hour.
The man, the myth.
I was in here substituting for you.
Sorry, I was super late today. I just got back from hospital. My cousin had surgery, so I had to go see her. I just got home though. But I was listening to y'all. I missed Marcus Get Angry. I heard about it, but I didn't see it.
He almost ripped his face off. It was wild.
We'll let that one simmer.
What are y'all talking
Y'all
about?
gonna stop jumping on Chill every week. Chill, get you some Canadian homeboys
and ride on them.
Stop letting them. Yeah, stop. Chill now.
Ride on
Crudis, I need your help.
I can't back you up because I don't agree with half the shit you be saying. So I'm saying you got to go find some people who finna rock and roll with you.
Get your Crodies, man.
I will call the Crodies. Meet us at King.
Believe it or not, Chill has a lot of.
Darius, don't fall for that. You can't just come in here and say, "Oh, what happens if I reopen last week?" They were really upset and cutting each other off, and don't do that. No, let her go. Let her go. No comment, Tina.
Chill has a lot of people on his side. Believe it or not.
No, he needs them on here verbally.
He needs some on his side from this side of the border, though.
Call a Degrassi meeting and let them know when to be here.
Degrassi meeting.
Long as I get a chance to say what I gotta say fully, you know what I mean? Like finish the whole sentence out.
He knows he'll make it through.
I enjoy engaging.
Wheelchair chili. That's right.
Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy, the rumor. The Kathleen Palpatine rumor. It's the last thing to touch on here. We did the NBA, the legal stuff. We did Sinners returning to cinemas. Check it out on IMAX. Warner Brothers on sale. Netflix, Sony, who's gonna own it? All that stuff. Time for Star Wars, bro. Take it away. Who wants to start on it?
Where do we want to start? Do we want to start with Josh's rumor or the Ben Solo movie?
I don't believe Josh.
Josh's rumor. Okay. So after years of being the conductor of the Kathleen Kennedy hate train, right now, all of a sudden, in the 9th hour, everything that we hated Kathleen Kennedy for, oh no, she didn't do that.
Yeah, it wasn't her.
She didn't do that. That was Bob Iger.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all liked Clone Wars? Well, Bob Iger said no. Oh, y'all wanted some more Ben Solo? Y'all didn't want him to die? Oh no, that was Bob Iger. Oh, you wanted Luke to be a strong male figure and rebuilding the Jedi Order and all that other stuff? Bob Iger said no, right? And the reason why that's happening is because Bob Iger has a long-standing hate for George Lucas, and that's why all of this stuff has been coming out of Lucasfilm. It's not Kathleen Kennedy. We were wrong, guys. It was Iger the whole time.
Does that time frame add up? Wasn't the other Bob the guy at the time?
So
yeah, like 2 years, but
I was like in the middle of that, But my bigger problem is there's so much left out of that explanation that we could still attribute to Kathleen Kennedy. I find it hard to believe that now, of all times, that we're absolving her of these things. So let's talk about the mandate against Luke, right? Apparently they were putting up the Luke with the X over the face in the studio and shit like that. I guess Bob Iger took time out his day to go do that and put pictures up around the studio. I guess he took time to print the Force's female T-shirts. That was a Bob Iger thing, right? And so he also was like, you know who I think would be a great addition to the director's team in Lucasfilm? Charmaine Obaid-Chinoy, a documentary director who's never done anything in fantasy ever. That was a Bob Iger move. In the midst of Lucasfilm taking their silver screen break, right? Because he was so mad about the performance of the Last Skywalker. He thought, you know who's great for this job? Charmaine Obaid-Chinoy. That was all. And then Mando, right? You know, when we hijacked Grogu and took him away from Luke and then gave him back to Mando after one of the biggest moments that Disney Plus has ever had when Luke got on that ship and took Grogu with him. But that was Iger too, right? None of that shit got mentioned. I'm just trying to not to mention a Ben Solo movie would have fucking sucked. It would have sucked because it would have been made by the same people that just made Rise of Skywalker. I'm not eating this. I don't know why this angle has came. I don't know why we even talking about this scoop. I would have laughed it out of my DM.
It's reverse psych. Well, you're the one who suggested it. Bo. You're not the one who said let's do
No, not us here talking about it today. I don't know why Josh read that scoop. I would have laughed it out of my DMs.
Reverse psychology.
No, but Josh also truly believes that this is from. I mean, he says it's from one of his best sources and things like that. My thing is this: it's not the message; it's the messenger, who it's coming from. Josh, like as you started, Marcus, and I was listening to Josh's video that he posted today that was 28 minutes long of him talking about the things that, you know, were going to be and work. As I'm listening to it, a commercial came on because an ad came on. I clicked out of the video because I was like, I don't know that this is it. Not the message. It's the messenger. We've listened to you for years on Nerd Theory, on your own personal channel, on other channels. Go at Kathy, Sadie, and not to say that we all haven't said things about Kathy, but Josh in particular has said some off the wall shit about Kathleen Kennedy to the fact to where I'm listening to you now say, and it's okay to go back and say, you know, maybe we were wrong, but it's some of the things that's being mentioned, like her being the president, though. Why would season 7 of Clone Wars go to Bob Iger? Why would that be a thing where they're like, hey, Iger, we want to do another season of Clone Wars, and he's like, nope.
Just skip right over Kathleen Kennedy. Didn't even ask her.
That just doesn't make sense to me that he would be the one to shoot down Clone Wars of all things. Like, why? I just don't find Clone Wars sliding across Iger's desk like that, where he's like, you know what, season 7? Fuck that. Not doing that. Like, I don't get that. So
I could see him say discontinue everything old, but not specifically Clone Wars needs to not have a season 7. No.
Well, and it wasn't even specifically season 7. It was, you don't get 16 episodes, you get 12. What? So you took one story, one comic story out? That's not clicking to me. That's not clicking.
Listen, I don't know nothing about Star Wars, but I do know about Chain of Command, and this goes back to the conversation y'all was having last week about Bo. Kathleen is the decision maker.
Yep.
Okay. Now, some things probably do come across Bob's desk once everything is packaged and put together.
Right. At this finalized.
She's the head. I don't even know nothing about Star Wars to know how studio subsections work. That's
just regular chain of command. Like, that's just how it works. You know what? Bob Iger is the head of a multi-conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? Like, Star Wars is like a blip on the multi-conglomerate list of Disney. You know what I'm saying? Disney parks, Disney food, Disney. You know what I'm saying? Like, for him to just pinpoint Star Wars and say this is nah.
So I agree with y'all that this is a load of horse shit because it's very convenient for Kathleen Kennedy to get absolved of all of her wrongs. Or her mishaps and just blame it on the boss, right? Like, that's a very easy thing to do. The one point I want to push back on is the fact that he wouldn't have been paying extra attention to Lucasfilm, being that it's in the state that it is, right? They spent a lot of money on Lucasfilm. Might have been a long time ago, but it's still a lot of money. And so if he's halfway intelligent as anybody on this panel, you can recognize diminishing returns. And so if I'm looking at her and I'm like, all right, now we started out strong with Force Awakens, and then every movie from that point on made less. Really, the only positive note out of Kathleen Kennedy's Star Wars run post prequel series is Rogue One. Solo bombed terribly. Like all of the spin-off movies that they tried to, we didn't even get to the Lando Calrissian movie.
Right.
Now we never even got to the Childish Gambino shit. So not to mention all of the failed projects, the projects that were stuck in stasis. Like that's a reason to pay some attention to a $70 billion. You gotta
agree with
pay
you on
some
that.
attention to it.
But what I'm not to the point of that, it's hey Kathleen, what the fuck going on down there? It's that type of conversation, but it's not let me get in y'all business that way. You
like
see
we
what I'm
asking
saying?
this, we asking that.
Yeah, it's not that. But think, didn't the last Star Wars movie? I thought it was the most profitable out of the last three.
No, you talking about Rise of Skywalker?
Was it not? Am I wrong? Do I got it? Do I got it backwards?
Was the most profitable.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
So you got those three movies that, and we talk about diminishing returns all the time, but those movies still made buku bank. You know what I'm saying? They still made money. So I'm pretty sure Iger's happy with those three. Now I give you the Solo. You know what I'm saying? Rogue One was good. What else came out of it? We didn't get the Lando, and then we're going to Disney. Now we're going to Disney Plus territory, right?
Yep.
Remember, Mando propped up Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I don't even think it
was the only original show on there for a while. Like the first year, that's all it was Mando, and then all the old stuff. Yeah,
and you can watch Endgame for the first time on streaming too.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I don't think Lucasfilms would. I don't know, that Willow movie or that Willow show might have. If I'm Iger, I might would have came down because of that Willow show.
We ain't even said shit about Indiana Jones yet.
Oh, I forgot about
you know
what?
Whole scoop. He went through the whole scoop
about Indiana Jones
and was talking about, Iger did this. Iger did that. He ain't do shit to Indiana Jones.
Iger didn't touch Indiana. The way Indiana Jones was a feminist dream. We know that.
And how he's able to disconnect all of that part of it from this scoop is, I don't. It's the chat may be right. He may be just trolling. This may just all be an engagement thing. But like, if he's serious, how do you get there, fam? Like now Iger is an ultra feminist. Like he's the Force's female guy. This for real?
Oh, and don't forget he was fighting the governor down here at the time. He wasn't worried about no damn Star Wars.
And not only that, the whole thing, when are we just all forgetting The Last Jedi? I mean, Kathleen sat there and defended Rian Johnson to her last tooth and nail. So are we just?
I think they blame that on Iger too. The firing of Abrams and then getting Rian Johnson. Yeah, they blame that on Iger too.
He did. No, I'm sorry.
Your mic is low.
Is it still low?
There you go. You just need to bring it closer.
He still is. They were still all blaming it on Iger. Like, but it's my thing is if not, I'm not expecting Kathleen to come out and say, well, fuck Rian Johnson, that wasn't our vision. but I mean, she still says, oh, I would love to have Rian come back and do more Star Wars.
See, that's her dumbass fault because she the one keep talking about all these canceled projects like they still happening. Like that.
No,
that's
development
that
is a long process. They're not canceled.
They aren't canceled. Like
I mean, that's right.
Blade.
The development is a long process. It can't.
Man, stop that. Stop that.
Blade is coming.
If y'all think Rogue Squadron is coming, then y'all need to.
Then it's a problem.
Patty Jenkins is doing Rogue Squadron and Blade.
Get out. Get out. I'm kicking you out the stream.
But how she does react, that's what I'm looking at. And maybe Josh will say this was all an experiment. I want to know what they would do. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's a slow news week. Maybe who knows what they do. But I want to know the day of what is it called? Nerd Theory, when both of them link up. There's probably going to be some Star Wars thing related to that, and they'll come out with the news story. I want to see how they react.
I just don't believe any of it. I don't believe any of it.
Yeah, I don't either. This was brought up by Marcus a few minutes back. He said something about the crossing off Luke Skywalker. So this is the Star Wars YouTube show. I think her name is Andy Gutierrez. This the her here. On the bottom left, you can see an image of Luke Skywalker with an X.
That's crazy.
And
that was definitely Iger. Iger came in with the red Sharpie and did that shit.
Yeah.
Let me say though,
is insane.
So the reason why I brought it up was to say that this was asked and answered. So the office here, they all got their own little themed thing. And so this person had a theme in his cubicle or her cubicle of the Empire. So everything here is Empire related. Everything on the desk is like at walkers and things like that. So they crossed off Luke because, I'm with the evil Empire. It wasn't like a anti-male or anything like that. It was just going with the theme.
No, sure. I'm sure. I'm positive. Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. They treated my boy Luke like he was.
It's possible. Yeah, sure. I'm sure nobody else cubicle looks like that either. Would you have wanted to see the Ben Solo movie if it actually would have came to pass? The hunt for Ben Solo.
Maybe after 5 minutes after I left Rise of Skywalker or something like that. Because when I left Rise of Skywalker, I was still marinating my feelings. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I hate it viscerally now, but I didn't hate it then. So maybe when I was leaving the theater, if you would have told me, "Oh, A Hunt for Ben Solo," I'd be like, "Oh, okay, that sounds cool." Now it can go to the pits of hell. I don't think that. No. What are we looking for Ben Solo for? It's not even the real Ben. What are we looking for Ben Solo for?
He dead though. Like we watched him die and become a Force ghost. Like we saw all of that.
Gone. You know, they brought Reva back. She got stabbed. The Inquisitor got stabbed.
Yeah, no. But we never saw them as Force ghosts. We didn't see them in their spiritual essence. Like we saw Obi-Wan.
Have we seen Ben as a Force ghost?
Didn't we? Wasn't that at the end of Skywalker?
You asking the wrong Star Wars fan. I do not remember.
No, as a Force ghost, I don't think we saw him as a
Didn't
Force
we
ghost.
see him as a Force ghost at the end? Maybe I'm
do not
creating
remember.
stuff. Maybe I'm putting that in my mind.
You want him dead that bad, huh?
No, he's done. Well, I mean, first of all, you're gonna spend half the movie redeeming the character. I don't think did everybody want to see him after killing Han? Like was his
still the coolest thing that
love
came out.
dalliance with Rey enough to wash him of killing his own
That
father?
was the nastiest work ever, man. I don't want to see him. I think what did you say there? You said he was the coolest thing. I hated him.
I thought him and Snoke were probably the coolest things that came out of it. I hated how whiny he was. I also hated him in 8. Oh my god, I hated him in 8. But 7,
I don't think I liked him until he killed Snoke. That was probably that was the moment where he killed Snoke.
That was like the coolest thing he did. That was, but I still hated him. But when to this day, I don't like him.
I was just like,
his mask. I don't like his mask. I don't like nothing about it.
I hate it. I hated the talking, the way it sounds when he talks.
Yeah, I didn't. None of that.
Not to mention, it would have been made by Kathleen Kennedy and probably who was it? It was who was the director that they had to do Soderbergh?
So yeah,
they had Soderbergh trying to do it, but Kathleen Kennedy would have been at the helm, and there's no guarantee that whatever treatment Soderbergh put together, it would have stayed that way because they never stay that way. We saw what they did to J.J. Abrams. Yeah. Why wouldn't they just turn around and do the same thing to Soderbergh?
I just don't know why it's so hard to do Star Wars for them. Because he brought up the Mando Grogu thing and how it was Iger's idea to turn it into a movie. I've said, and I'm going to continue to say, and I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not counting down for Mando Grogu. And then after that last trailer that they showed us, even if they showed the one that they showed at Star Wars Celebration, even if that was the one that they showed, it's cooler. But that movie's not. I think this is going to be one of those Han Solo type returns for them. I don't think this is gonna. I don't see people because what's his name? Jeremy Allen was on the Graham Norton show and over there in England, and he was talking. He said basically it's Din Djarin and Rhoda the Hutt hanging out the whole movie, and I said, oh, okay, well, okay. So the character we haven't seen since animation when he was a child is now. No, I mean, unless you read comics, he's now just hanging out with Din Djarin. All right.
You know what's nasty about this is that they gonna put basically the 4th season of Mando in films form and put it on the silver screen and be like, see, we told y'all the only thing that's viable is Rey. And that's exactly what we going back to.
That could
is
be
Rey.
Hey.
That's why y'all getting Rey, and more
What does
Rey.
that sound like? That sound like a Kathleen Kennedy move. That don't sound like an Iger move.
Like, man, who you trying to fool?
Yeah.
Let's set this up to fail so we can bring Rey in. Come on.
It'll be interesting to see it play out and what they do, what Lucasfilm does as an answer. Like, what shill media will they talk to? What article will come out? What's the response?
It would be hilarious if it backfires and you know, Baby Grogu hopping around was enough to maybe make it grace $600-700 million and it overperforms. But the premise seems very light and they're not adding anything extra like they're talking about doing to Starfighter to kind of make it feel like it has some juice. There's no juice around the movie.
I also think it'd be interesting if Lucasfilm does go like, yeah, we are the Luke Skywalker. It's that Bob Iger. And they make an article kind of adding to that. Like, it reverse psychology got them to be pro old Star Wars George Lucas stuff because they can, and it'll be believable now.
I don't think this story is getting enough traction for them to even respond. I mean, has any?
Well, it did come from Adam Driver. It started with Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Don't he? But he's got a movie coming out, right?
Who, Driver?
You think Bob Iger was the reason though?
Yeah, he said that Kathleen Kennedy, Dave Filoni, and everybody else was on board, and that Disney. He said Disney said no. So I mean, it's only Disney. The buck only stopped one place.
George Lucas and his wife are worried about opening that Lucas Museum in Chicago next year. It's in Chicago? I thought it was in LA. Wow.
I think they're only worried though because George said he just doesn't want people coming asking where's the Star Wars, because he didn't even want to put Star Wars in there.
In the Lucas Museum.
In the Lucas Museum, he said he doesn't want people coming to the Lucas Museum asking where's the Star Wars.
So it's just gonna be Indy and whatever other random films he put together in the museum.
I don't know. I think he's kind of just at this point like maybe he regrets he sold it. I'm really not sure, but
I think he absolutely regrets selling it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't, because this was not his vision. Even his most recent quote when he was asked, something about have you let Star Wars go? He was like, well, Disney got it, turns it into their vision, so of course I've let it go. So I mean,
I had to, I couldn't. Yeah.
But I think if Josh's stuff is to be believed, the only thing that really upsets me is the Clone Wars stuff, because I think that's been one of the best things that Lucasfilm has had going since they sold, or even before they sold Star Wars. It's one of the best things they've had going, and not getting that. If you've read that comic that would have made it 16 episodes in that season, not getting that particular part of Maul's story really pissed me, because I even said when that season came out, I was like, damn, they didn't do what happens right before we see him. Like, because you got Mother Talzin that fights Palpatine, Dooku, and Grievous. She takes over Dooku's body and like fight. It's dope, bro. And the fact that he said, well, I don't know if he said no, whoever said no to that, fired immediately. You don't know what you're doing. Get out. You're done. Because that's crazy they didn't do that. That's crazy.
The quote is, when asked about how he feels Star Wars today, Lucasfilm didn't mince words. Disney took it over and they gave it their vision. That's what happens. Of course, I've moved past it. I mean, I've got a life. I'm building a museum. A museum is harder than making movies.
Building a museum, bro.
I'm building a museum. Of course, I've moved on.
I think he really regrets that shit. I regret he did that, man. I hate he did that.
Darius, they all regret it. All these creators regret selling their properties. All of them do. Every last one of them. Mm-hmm. All of them do. They be like, it's not what I wanted. Of course it's not. When you give me your dog, I'm finna do whatever I want. The dog mine now. It's my puppy. I'm finna cut the hair. I'm finna feed it what I want. It's mine. George R. Martin be upset. Anne Rice was mad. It happens.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Is there any other IPs that Lucasfilm could concentrate on to maybe move away from Star Wars for a second?
They got Star Wars and Indy, and both of them are cooked.
And they tried Willow, and we saw how that went. They tried
had Children of Blood and Bone too, but then
sat on it for years.
I think they didn't know what to do with it. I think they
make
didn't
a
know
movie.
but
Do something.
But it's like, do you put?
I'm a film studio. I don't know what to do with an IP.
I don't think they know how to market that movie because they've had
That's
it
fair.
right. Was it either right after Black Panther or right?
Go see
No,
Coogler.
it was before.
Go see
I think it
Coogler.
was
I
before
mean, shit,
Black
he's the
Panther.
Black
That's how long
Messiah.
they've had it. But
Nah, don't do
they
that.
don't want to put the Disney
He is
tag
the Black
on
Whisperer.
Children of
You
Blood
know,
and Bone.
you know they look at Coogler as the
Why
Black
not?
Whisperer.
Don't give him children.
Don't give.
Because
I'm not
You
saying.
got,
I'm
you got
just
enough
saying,
on his
Disney
plate
go
already.
talk to the man, not give it to him. I'm saying go talk to him so they can figure out how to market the film. That's all I'm saying.
He gonna end up with the job. Don't even talk
But
to
I
him.
think I think they had it before Black Panther came out, and
That's
I don't.
crazy.
I don't think they knew what to do with that.
But if they're
It's
about
black-
representation, all that good stuff, I'm sure
It's
Emmanuel
black
Stenberg
people in
was
America. Like,
going to
do
be
they
considered.
understand that? Black marketers, black advertising people. Like,
Have
it's
y'all read this book?
yes, I have.
Whose book? What you talking about?
Children
Children
of
of
Blood.
Blood and Bone.
I listened to most of the audio book. My wife was listening to it. She's
You can-
And y'all
can
think
sell this
that
property.
Disney has a good way of putting this movie out when you're dealing with such heavy content?
Well, let's say Kathleen Kennedy, not Disney, and the answer is no.
But that's what
So
they.
why did
fuck
they
up
buy it then? Why? What did you?
at. To me, that's
What
what
did you
that's where
acquire
these
it for?
companies fuck up at. Like,
Man.
you're so scared to push the line. Push the fucking line.
Because they want to be Thanos. Because they want to collect all the Infinity Stones.
They're like, oh, that sounds like a
They-
good idea. We can't do it, but we don't want to compete, so we'll just buy it.
Yeah.
Listen, the people who bought it probably didn't even read the book. They probably said this is a best-selling book.
Yeah.
Black
Right.
people in Africa with
Yeah.
magic, and then when you open it up and it's violence, it's
Mhm.
assault. They probably like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with this.
You know what Kathleen
Wait.
Kennedy saw? The female lead. Oh, she fights with a staff? That's just like
Yep.
Ray.
I mean, Disney fied like they do every goddamn thing else. Disney fied. That means you take all the harsh,
all
the
the
stuff that
extra
make
stuff
it matter.
out.
You take all that out.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I'm
want to see
interested to
that.
see what happens with this movie. I think this movie can go either left or right.
Mm.
Yeah, Disney
We'll
needs
see.
to figure out a lot of things right now. I mean, this is not related to Children, Blood, and Bone. I just feel like they're making stupid decisions. Like, I've never been to Disney World or Land or any of them, but I saw on Twitter today that they're taking away the villains that walk around Disney World, and they're only going to show up on Halloween. Again, nothing to do with Children, Blood, and Bones or any of that. It's just stupid decisions. It's
But
just
That's the money
I wanna-
thing. They ain't got enough money to pay all the actors. They
That's
like,
what it
look, some of y'all got to split shifts.
I wonder if that's because I see MGM is doing that with 007. Like, they're taking all the guns out of his hand, so he just standing there. You know, on the posters, how 007 always got his
He
Walter.
always got the gun. He got the
He always got
what is it?
the Walter PK.
There you go,
They done
PK.
took
Yep.
it out of his hand, so now it's just him with the watch on. Like, what are we talking about? What is going on, man?
That's
All
why
the
you said that's
posters
why
is like-
Bezos put the 20 million down, put the PK back in his hand.
It's crazy.
Yeah, just
Crazy.
a bunch of dumb decisions. Bunch of decisions. Like, bruh, I know, because, you know, there are people, I've watched some of those Disney videos when people go to Disneyland. Some of the people go specifically for the characters.
Yep.
So if I'm going to see one of the evil witches or something, and you talk about, oh, come back October 31st. Nigga, what?
Come back. Come back.
Coming back.
You know the Disney vacation cost? This is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
The 7 dwarves are seasonal. Depends which one you get.
That man, yeah.
I
just
stay
dumb
down here by Disney and ain't never been. Nope. Won't catch me.
Yeah, right there. You talking about come back? I am never coming back. This is the one and only.
I'm good on Disney. Man. But that's another thing that Iger got to worry about instead of worrying about Star Wars is
Is
them
them
damn
parks.
villains.
The the villains. Yeah, the
That's what he had. That
down
sounds like something he did.
Attendance at the park
Hey,
is
but
down.
y'all know what y'all do be letting Iger slide off of. Iger is the reason for all the streaming problems that Marvel had. Bob, what was it? Chapek, he gets
Chapek.
all the blame, but it's real. That was Iger's call. Iger got up out of there before it got hot and heavy. That was his.
But he also fast tracked a lot of
wrote the book.
content to Disney Plus. JPEG did that probably didn't and muster. You know, it wasn't good. And then his decision to go.
Who do you think he was consulting with? Where do you think this even came from?
Well, now that who Now that's the real poison pill. You mean your former boss is telling you, giving you ideas, and then he come back and take your job like you wasn't doing your shit right?
Bruh, you better believe Bob Iger and Chapek sat down and said,
That's crazy.
Streaming is the new way. We need to get Feige and get Kathleen Kennedy, get all of them in here. We need to have X amount of content out. And he just carried it out and fell on the sword.
I can
Couldn't
believe
have
that.
been me. I would have snapped. Ain't no could have believed. It's the truth. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying I'm just saying I believe that.
It's been, that's why I said when Kevin Feige says things like, I was just overwhelmed. Nigga, how? You've been knew this shit was coming down the pipeline years ago.
I went all day without saying that man's name. Even on my stream, I did.
Look, they didn't just call you in the office and say, hey, Kevin, we're about to do streaming tomorrow. I need a bunch of content. You've been new. You just wasn't organized or prepared.
You think Kevin has a little bit of James Gunn in him? Like he just wants to get to his stuff? I didn't realize it until we got into this late stage. But do you think he's just very in tune to what he wants to put on screen as opposed to what the audience wants to see?
I think a little bit. I'll give a little bit to that, just simply because he seemed to have been more involved with Fantastic Four than anything else because he was really excited about Fantastic Four. He seems to be involved with the X-Men stuff a little bit more because, of course, he's really excited about the X-Men. I mean, I don't know. You know, we don't really see Feige unless it's a purple, green, or blue carpet. So I don't know. I don't know. But I did see some behind the scenes pictures of him on Fantastic Four. I ain't seen him behind the scenes of nobody else. I ain't seen him behind the scenes of Brand New World or whatever the fuck else.
Hey, we knew he was behind the scenes at the Marvels. We ain't seen none picture.
Yeah,
nan picture.
I think Kevin Feige is an old dinosaur who has been winning for so long, and when it was time to pivot and change, he hasn't been able to change. He's been used to winning. He's like Phil Jackson. I've been winning this way for so long, and I don't want to change, but now you're forced to change. So now that you're forced to change, you want to blame every damn body else. It's Jonathan Majors, it's Nia DaCosta, it's this person, it's that person. Versus
all the black people is crazy.
Yeah, all the black people bad. Versus
gotta blame that. That's the first to go. That's the easiest blame.
Julius Ono, Nia
DaCosta. Ain't heard from Julius. Didn't even talk about what is the name of that movie?
Captain America. Anthony Mackie, Julius Ono, Nia DaCosta. It's all their fault.
Control to the blacks.
But
they
didn't cancel Tiana Paris's special. Everything. They gotta go.
I bet you Kevin Feige was staring at his phone the way Iron Man was staring at the phone before he called Captain America. He did not want to call Nia DaCosta to come over there to clean.
I told you the other day, bullying works. Y'all bullied that man. Y'all bullied him. Bullying works. He probably said that damn Pantheon keeps saying I'm racist. I'm not racist. Call Nia. Call her. We need her. Yeah, you really don't need her. They really don't. Like, what do they need for?
They were probably,
they need her like they need Michael Waldron. they
don't. I think it was an olive branch because they know they was wrong, man. Y'all
did her wrong,
about
man.
that girl.
They did her wrong. They fucked that movie over.
And not even messing the movie up. Y'all are messing with her reputation. That's
reputation.
But that's what I'm saying. By messing the movie up, it messed up her reputation because they didn't have her back after they just threw the movie out to the wolves. After they smothered
people make bad movies
movie with blood, making a bad movie.
And the Marvels ain't even as bad as some of the shit.
Right, it's not as bad as it was. Tina, they just said, all right, pandemic over, here, movie. Like what? Wait, hold on.
But this is my thing. We can make a failing movie. We can make a failing movie. Don't leak to the press that I left my project early. Right. Like I just left it that I didn't care because I had more important details to work on because now all your counterparts at Amazon and MGM and Netflix are looking at me like, hey, if I hire her, maybe she that's what I would be pissed off about. I don't care what I'm saying. Made.
I like the way she said it though. I still have relationships the way that they did it, people.
For me, the way that they did it, Tina, because that didn't come out until a week into it being a bad movie. You see what I'm saying? Once they was like, oh shit, this is a bad movie. We need to blame somebody. Oh, she was unprofessional. She didn't show up, or she was supposed to be on the press.
Even though the entire time we listened to stuff about Kevin Feige exerting his influence and changing things and taking stuff out of the story that Nia wanted to do. And it's like, so then we had all this heavy influence from the studio head, And then after the fact, as you said, Blue, now it's the director's fault. It didn't sound like the director had very much influence. On top of the fact that we know Marvel directors don't influence the narrative in these movies.
Nope.
They don't decide what happens. They don't get final cut. They're kind of just there. Unless you're the Russos. And Ryan Coogler. Yeah, the Russos and Ryan Coogler. They the only ones.
James Gunn too.
You don't think that they put the straps on James Gunn at all?
I think Shackman's entering that field as well. They like Shackman. Anybody that plays ball that comes in is like, yeah, okay. I wanted to do this, but you want me to do that? Okay, I'll do that.
I think it was hard to control.
They like.
I think it was hard to control Gunn. Look at Gunn now. We always talking about, he talking too much. I think Gunn was like, all right, and went and did what the hell he wanted to do.
Again, let James Gunn tell it. It was him that came up with the Infinity Stones idea. He was like, I don't know. I came up with that in 3 seconds, I think, or whatever he said in that GQ magazine interview.
He said it. It's in the book. You read that unofficial MCU book?
No, I have not read it. He said that in there. Oh, I was talking about the interview he did.
Yeah, not y'all think I'd be going on hard on Feige just because? Nah, it's because of what's in that book. That book break it all down.
Kevin, why are you here?
Nobody is forced, y'all. Hold on, wait. Hold on, let's read it. Nobody is forced, y'all, to watch anything. All stop with the PS. Boy.
I am a robot. I am a robot.
Down. Put it down.
He must be. Who is that? Kevin? Kevin must be sick.
No, he was typing real fast. Maybe he's
sipping a little bit of stuff. Yeah, he gotta be sipping.
Every time Kevin comments, I'm going to say it every week. Why are you here? I just
Kevin
don't.
Nobody forced you.
The Kevin Davis account person doesn't stay. Just always does that. Go another
it's Feige, y'all. That's Kevin. That's Feige himself. That is Kevin. We see you, bro. We know you watch. I see you, Kevin.
What is he even referring to? Nobody forces us to watch what?
I guess the shit that we don't like from Marvel. Yeah.
I was talking about mistreating Nia DaCosta. I don't know about watching nothing.
I like your comparison to Phil Jackson because he's got
that was a great comparison.
He's got the triangle offense. Yeah. Marvel's got the triangle offense. He said, okay, we can do Thor with Jane Foster, Captain America. We can squeeze that into Sam Wilson and then Ironheart. Boom. War Machine, sprinkle in triangle offense.
Yeah, no.
This is what I do like about Feige. This is why I think he was a good executive. He has to make some changes. I do think when he realizes you can make the studio some money, he kind of do let them do their own thing. So I think he lets Coogler, Gunn, and the Russos kind of rock out. He obviously let Taika Waititi rock out after he made money because we saw what trash we got. Yeah, but it's the people who he feels like haven't proven themselves that he starts micromanaging and coming in and cutting stuff up and tearing stuff up. And that's when you get Nia DaCosta.
But you know what that reminds me, or what that shows me though? It shows me that you don't really know. You're just looking for success to ride. Like you don't know where to drive the ship. You just know where the hot ticket is, and you know how to hop on it.
You know, read my tweets, Marcus.
That's executives, though. I mean, that's most executives. That's the game we play. That's it.
Yeah, like you don't really know. It ain't you. It's just you just be scooping up all the talent, and when you see one budding, you let them go.
That's I guess that's what we want James Gunn to do. We want James Gunn to back off, go find the talent and mold them and be an executive. Look at Blue. He's an old James Gunn cape rider here.
What did I didn't say nothing. What? Hold on.
Because he was just going to put the cape on. I see the cape coming out the back.
Man. Look.
I like James Gunn a lot. I just hate I hate how much he talks. I just be quiet and
I think Kevin gets more credit though for the creative pieces, and that's what bothers me. Like if you're getting credit for being an organizer, that's cool. That's like y'all said, that's what you're supposed to do. He gets credit for the creative. And I have always found that to be really dubious because I'm like, what did he ever put pen to pad? What movie has he ever made for y'all to be giving this much deference to this man in terms of the creative decision?
I thought you were talking about how these are comic books and he's just adapting.
Well, no, I ain't gonna do that. But I mean that's true. But he doesn't adapt the comic book, so it should be.
That's the reason why I get on Feige, because you should be able to just adapt a comic book. What is so hard about getting some people together to say, hey, you know what? This'll make good content on TV. Let's adapt this shit and make it good.
Because he wants to be a Oscar, like an artsy type of director. He just so happened to work at Disney. He just happened to be in the MCU office. He wants to be making notebooks. He wants to make La La Land.
That's why he went and got old girl who did
he got Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
They were the movies he really wanted to make, but he just worked at Marvel. So it's like he got to bridge the gap.
So leave.
Marvel was just on top for so long.
Don't do that.
They're at a place now where it's just like, I don't think that they haven't shown it to us that, you know, how they actually feel behind the scenes. Are they panicking or whatever? But I think they just been so used to being on top so long that they're like, what are we doing? They're trying, like, okay, is this gonna fix it? I know they think, even though I don't think Thunderbolts was terrible, I know they think Thunderbolts was like, hey, I think we're kind of back. It wasn't that. So I think they're still trying, and I know they think it's Doomsday. I know they really think Doomsday is gonna be.
It better be. It better be.
It better.
Y'all got more faith than I do in that.
No.
Don't say
I'm
y'all.
the only one on the panel that says that shit is going to underperform.
I still think it's making $1 million.
Oh no!
I still think it's making that $1 million.
I think it's going to be one of those movies that make money, but I don't think it's going to be as critically acclaimed as they think it's going to be.
It's going to be like Multiverse of Madness.
Make $1 million.
A billion?
$1 billion? Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, a bill.
I think, and like I was telling Tina, I think this market, it's a harder market now than it was years back. So that, even looking at the summer, it's some movies that should have been, you know what I'm saying, should have went to the moon that didn't go. You know what I'm saying? Hell, even with the Superman Fantastic Four situation, those should have scratched $1 billion. They didn't. They should have been at least on the heels of $1 billion. They did. I think.
Brand New Day is making a bill.
Yeah, Brand New Day is going to make a billion.
Don't count. Those are two superheroes that operate outside of the superhero realm.
Yes, Spider-Man will always do whatever Spider-Man is going to do.
They don't count. But
y'all have revisionist history. Spider-Man ain't always been like boom.
Not always.
No,
okay, now I know. Wait a minute, Tina.
Recently.
One thing we don't do over here is point our fingers at Andrew Garfield. That's what we don't do.
No,
we absolutely do that.
I love Andrew.
Yes, we do.
Okay, thank you.
We point our fingers at Andrew Garfield.
That is my.
We point our fingers at him because he was a stinker of a Spider-Man that should have never happened.
No, about Andrew Garfield. Come on, man.
Whoa. So y'all jumping me? Y'all jumping me? That's what's happening?
If he ain't number one, he number two.
He's number one.
So he's not ahead of Toby. That's impossible. He's ahead of Tom.
I'll let that slide because he's original.
He's ahead of Tom.
Like I said, if he ain't number one, he number two.
Okay, is he ahead of Tom Holland?
Yes.
Tom Holland then posted 2 Billies already.
Yes,
3. I'm sorry, 3.
I said,
right?
if he ain't number, it ain't about the money.
It ain't
about being the best Spider-Man.
It's about how he portrayed that character.
Y'all got to stop it. First of all,
the opening when he's talking to that robber.
If you're doing it that way, then he better than Toby.
Well, but we just said Toby the original.
He's better than Toby.
Toby is original. No, so I got the original, and then I got the most prolific, and then there's Andrew.
No,
and then there's Andrew. There's the one that made all the money. There's the one that started it all,
and then there's
Lil Drew. Lil Drew.
Nah.
He got his girlfriend Toby, back broke because he was the shitty Spider-Man.
And then there's Spider-Man. Like, who was actually Spider-Man? I think Andrew is actually Spider-Man. He might be out here.
Who watched his girlfriend's daddy die, promised to leave his daughter alone in his dying moments, and then got immediately before the movie even ended, went and got. He's a dishonorable Spider-Man too. Not only is he
Spider-Man is.
Not only is he no, hell, Spider-Man is the most honorable character there is.
Nah.
Spider-Man is
get mad and whip your ass. That's what Spider-Man does.
He do that every now and again, but you know, the guys go bad every now and again.
Chill wants to do a super chat. See,
yeah, you know,
need a woman to come be a moderator. DEI.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Chill.
Go ahead, bro.
Thank you for talking about the bonus topics. You guys got Kevin Feige. You guys got some Spider-Man favoritism here, a little tribalism. But after Kathleen Kennedy, I thought we'd go straight to the supers, and we'll do that now.
Ric Flair drip, go woo on a bitch. 5790 spit the cool
Trayvon Martin on his? Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Tron is 50-year-olds impressed by bright colors. Tron is for 50-year-olds impressed by bright colors.
That is a dope ass take. I stand by that take. Matter of fact, Tron should not have had a sequel whatsoever. Tron should
For
have died.
50-year-olds impressed by bright light. He said it's Neon Blade Runner.
I rock with that take, man. I rock with that take. That is a dope take. Who was that? I am too. Who was that? I am too. Who?
I am too.
I'm
Too
too
fly
flaky.
again. Yeah,
I want to say something that y'all were talking about earlier since he's talking about Tron. It wasn't the Tron stuff. Is when y'all said, do you think that they come back for Zack Snyder's Netflix? Absolutely.
Do you believe?
I believe so. And the only reason I believe so is because, like, I don't know. Does Zach know something we don't know? He's been stroking egos. Like, Henry Cavill is Superman.
That shit pissed me off too.
That I kind of liked it. And then when he posted the never before seen picture of Batman, I was like, oh,
I'm trying to tell y'all, if Netflix gets Warner Brothers, that group is going to go back together. Crazy. They going nuts. Man, Zack Snyder now.
Yeah, no, that group. But I'm telling you, Marcus, getting the band back together.
No, we ain't. We're not doing everybody. Like we got to do
maybe we get the Batman movie. I can see the Batman movie coming.
No Flash.
I can see that.
Maybe I could see the Batman movie, but I could also see him doing something with Henry Cavill as Superman.
I think Henry Cavill throwing up the middle finger to any and everything. I think he does.
Hold on, now he came back for Dwayne. You don't think he'll come back for Zach?
Well, he is busy with Warhammer too.
Yeah, Warhammer. He got.
Don't nobody give a shit about that. Don't nobody care about that shit. Ain't nobody looking for Warhammer.
Hold on. Maybe it'll succeed. Maybe it might be the next big thing.
And I hope it does. But as of today, nobody's checking for Warhammer. No, ain't nobody.
Highlander too. He doing Highlander also. Highlander, Warhammer, and there's something else. He got like 3 big IPs that he is working on that I do know. But
I don't know, boy. You put him back with that S on his chest. I'm seated.
No, I'm not. I think it would do. All I'm saying is getting them back together. Look, I'm a Snyder fan. I think the Snyderverse was dope. I'm saying is I'm not no damn worshiper of Snyder. The way they make it seem like this dude walk on water. Did not go support him on Netflix, then go support him anywhere else other than this. That don't make sense to me, man.
They won't watch Rebel Moon, but they want the
Snyder. It's like, damn, dude, and did all this other shit, and you ain't even over there.
They are fans of the Snyderverse, not Snyder. There's a difference.
The multiverse is being used in Peacemaker, in the Superman movie, probably some more in Man of Tomorrow. If Lex Luthor is going to be part of that also. There's no reason why Henry Cavill can't put on the uniform for one movie, for one scene, for Superman David Cornsett to be like, what's on the other side of this? Wow, you look just like me type thing. And then we go back to normal and we build to like a Crisis on Infinite Earths movie where Henry Cavill plays Superman again. It can happen.
No, it can happen.
I mean, James talked about that even, when they first got rid of him, he was like, we even talked about that with The Rock. There's possibilities of these guys coming back in future projects, things like that. I don't know why, though, the Snyderverse makes it seem as if the Snyderverse people make it seem as if like, Cornsweat got his ass beat a lot. If I remember, Man of Steel, so did Cavill got his ass beat quite a bit, too.
It was with Zod. It was with Zod. He got his ass beat
when them first Krypton, but when them other Kryptonians showing up and was beating his ass in front of that gas station.
Yeah.
Yeah, the meme that people was using where it was like Jurassic Park and Superman beating the shit out of him.
When he got done with that though, we seen Superman. He looked like he was a guy who was impervious. Superman got 2 black eyes. His hair was stressed. They was dragging him through the mud. He was crying. He was like, man, please give me a second. Let me get up. This is a far cry from Henry Cavill now.
That is true.
True. I mean, I give you that. But I do think you have to have, I think the bad about Henry Cavill Superman is he was Jesus. To me, I think that was
That's
probably,
always been my problem with the Superman character in general. So I'm on board.
But that's
with
the
that
reason why Superman is not a high selling live action entity anyway. Like nothing Superman does live action really goes the way it should. That shield, as that Superman shield is, it does not do good on live action. Just don't.
The only Superman to do well in
giving. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
The only Superman to ever do well in live action was him.
Money, money, money. You just mad because your ass is old. My first thing you do is just pick up the phone.
Yeah, bring Steel back.
Bring Steel back.
Torian Rain, $5 says Darius, as an MJ an MJ fan such as myself, how do you feel about Billboard ranking Thriller as number 22 out of the 25 best Halloween songs?
What the hell are we still
What are the
listening
other
to?
21?
I thought it was blasphemy.
Probably Monster Mash.
Because that's my thing. I'm sitting here going through the list of Halloween songs when I saw that, and I'm like, I mean, what is a go-to Halloween song more than Thriller? There's not one.
How do you dance to Monster Mash?
You do the Monster Mash. The Monster Mash. Or something like that.
I'm with you, Darius. I don't even all the haunted houses play Thriller. I don't know how did that end up that deep. Maybe you know what I'm saying. Maybe Monster Mash could be number one. I don't know, but for Thriller to be that far down the list,
that far down.
Monster Mash got to be number one if that's how they play in Thriller,
right? Like
Flying Purple People Eater has got to be on there or something. Because I'm like, man,
the Addams Family theme.
I don't know. Thriller is.
But Billboard's list is like that though. They don't go to them for no list, man. They do it on purpose. It's so you can click and read it. That's all it's for. They don't believe them lists.
Mariah Carey won't be number one at the Christmas list.
Right.
They don't have her number
30.
No,
we got some good Christmas songs. She might be
Jingle Bells would not be number one on the most used.
Man, we have some good Christmas songs, but I mean, the quintessential Christmas song is All I Want for Christmas.
I like Boys the Man, Let It Snow.
Yeah, that's great too. Those are some. I mean, that's on my playlist. But I mean, it's just like when you think
Stevie Wonder, Silver Bells. We got a lot of Christmas. Black people, we got a lot of Christmas songs. We've been singing Christmas songs for a long time.
Yeah. There's some great.
Yeah, they're all right. But that Mariah Carey,
which is why Mariah would be number 24 on that.
That's insane.
I think the internet and the memes have pushed that song to be bigger than what it was. Like,
yeah, but
really?
It was still great.
I mean,
Mariah Carey?
Yeah, 10 years ago, I don't know. I feel like memes.
She come out number one every year.
I used to hear that on the radio every single Christmas, every single day.
Only thing that's holding Mariah down is
that song.
Yeah.
Every NBA Christmas,
she warm up every December, get ready to go to work.
Oh yeah,
1 month out the year.
She gets ready to go and sit on that stage and lip sync because she damn show ain't singing though. Because that
now,
last
she just put out a single though. She did just put out a song. She's doing better now.
She put a whole album out.
There you go.
Yeah, she did. That she promoted and didn't want to do any of Kaisa not shit, but sit there and promote her album. But what
she's supposed to do?
Yeah, but I kind of agree with some of the people that was kind of criticizing her on that. It's like, man, ain't nobody asking you to jump in the pool or nothing. But it's like if Kai asks you to do something, get up, Mariah. I mean,
she not Kevin Hart. She ain't about to play these goofy games. Talk about the album so I can leave.
So I can leave. So we can get you on about it. Hurry up, promote so you can go.
So I can go. Damn.
A hot ass mess.
Let's go to another super.
We gonna get hotter now. That's right. That's right. All right. We gonna take a ride tonight.
From I'm Too Fly Cam went to 2. He says Rise only made $48 million profit. LOL. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna chime in that the Rise of Skywalker movie cost so much to make and advertise. That even with that 1 billion, I've heard that it didn't make enough. So he's saying that he heard it's 48 million. I heard it wasn't profitable, but biases and stuff like that. Profit though. Indy 5 lost 130 million. That's
Indy
not
5 definitely lost some money.
That should have made Lucasfilm just stop, just in
its
tracks.
We haven't seen a movie since.
I'm talking about with everything.
He said, "Halt! Stop now!"
Stop, because you shouldn't lose money on Indy. Indy should have cost you it should have cost you 20 million to make. It shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? How do you lose 130 on they should have threw him in the refrigerator with another atomic bomb going off and called it a day.
I believe Skeleton Crew was already in development. Acolyte was already filming, and they had planned an Ahsoka season 2. Contracts were signed and everything, but they haven't had a new TV show live action since. It's been like 4 years. We haven't heard of a new TV show.
They don't need to.
Yeah, they don't need to.
No. What streaming isn't that anymore. They thought it had different purposes, but not anymore. We're in a different world.
Streaming is gonna kill everything. Like I think entertainment might not be able to come back from streaming. Music or streaming is horrible.
Just wait. Children of Blood and Bone is gonna change it. There's gonna be a TV show. There's gonna be all of it.
No,
I think they were convinced that because they bought these large exorbitant libraries that they wouldn't have to make new content as readily as they had to for network television. Yeah. They're like, we'll be able to slow the conveyor belt down and make the same money. And it just hasn't worked out that way. There were companies that were already set up to churn out content from a streaming platform. Then they're ahead of you. They just are. Hulu was ahead of Disney Plus. Netflix was ahead of them. So you got these early on in the Disney Plus days, these like gigantic gaps in between shit that people want to watch. Like it was like a year in between Mando and WandaVision.
Yep.
You know, it's too much. There's too much gap to fill in there for people to stay interested.
And I don't think Disney Plus promotes because they got a massive catalog. I don't think they know how to promote it for streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like you go on Disney Plus and you're only going there to see if it's something, you know, for like the newer IPs. Like why aren't you pushing Cinderella month and you got Cinderella plastered all over the, you know what I'm saying, all over the platform, or you pushing, you know what I'm saying? You got these, you Disney, man, you've been rocking this shit since the 30s.
And you have people willing to admire old stuff. There's podcasts for Boy Meets World, podcasts for Avatar, podcasts for old things. So if you can like make an eventize
the anniversary of, you know what I'm saying? And the whole month is that.
You know who's good with that? AMC. AMC is very good about marketing around periods of time, around holidays, around anniversaries, their film marathons. You probably never gonna have a bad watching experience on AMC because it's very algorithmic. They don't overload you with the same content over and over again. They're in on Christmas, they're in on Halloween, they're in on Thanksgiving. They do all the film anniversaries for the big franchises. They do a Jason film anniversary. They did a Die Hard memorial. It's just they're much more in tune to how to schedule and promote their content. And I think that's what gives their original content such a good birth. That's why people go back to watch originals on AMC, because a lot of the stuff you already liked is over there. You know,
AMC like the new TNT.
I say so. Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's weird to me that because they got so much content, man. And then why get rid of Hulu and keep Disney Plus? That's my question. Like that just don't make sense to me.
Like that was an easy out, huh? That's an easy way for you to get out.
I know how to pivot out of this one
and just keep Hulu because they want it to be them. And if they just have to buy out their competitors to make sure it's only them, then they'd rather do that than actually win on a competitive, footing.
Nah, 6. It's a big difference between VHS, between this what's going on and VHS to DVD. Physical is something that I own. It's mine. I went and bought it, and you get the analytics of somebody taking the time out of their day to go spend however much it is to go buy said thing is way more important than somebody's fat ass sitting on their couch just
ordering it.
Just scrolling, because it is, for one thing, it ain't the same price point, and you don't really know if they like the shit or not. It's convenience. It's not, I really like this show. Think of all the show. Well, I don't know about you, Chill. I come across shows off of convenience. Like, I guess, let me see. I'm bored. Let me see what's on. Like Marcus just brought up AMC. Let me see what's on AMC. Oh, they got a new show on. Like, it didn't make me get up to go buy or purchase, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you know you have value. And they can't really determine the value of their shows because they don't know how to determine the value of their show. Streaming don't really give you that.
No, that is what streaming gives you. If I buy the first season of Prison Break on a DVD and it's got like 5 DVDs, they don't know that I stopped watching at the second
Don't
CD.
matter till you spent $50. You got up and spent $50. Now let's say you did watch Prison Break, and I don't mean to cut you off.
But I bought it because of the cover, or I bought it because someone recommended it to me. They don't know that I liked it or that I didn't like it and that I stopped. But with streaming, they know that the watch time stopped. Like the computer can pick up and see that he stopped. There is more information from streaming.
I think it's a false equivalent. You can't compare, because in order for something like Prison Break to come on DVD or VHS, it most likely had to be successful from TV. So that's where you get that watch time to say, oh, this is how many views. We definitely want to package this up and sell it. So I don't think you can really compare.
It could have been any show that I used. I just was trying to say that when someone stops watching, on streaming versus when
how much is a stream worth, Chill?
How much is a stream worth? In what sense?
In the sense of, I know that DVD was $15. How much is a stream worth?
Oh, I agree with you here. I just was talking about collecting data. Streaming has that advantage.
I don't think so. Not when it comes to money.
Well, it depends on what analytics you care about, right?
Agreed.
Like, if I would say that making the dollar is more important to me. If you're Disney and you're thinking more downstream and what can this IP make me outside of the main thing, make like a TV show, what products can I extrapolate out of this TV show to continue to sell product? That's where I think your streaming data comes into play. But if we're talking about bottom line viability, like, is this a good show? Should we repurpose it? That's got to come from bare bones data. Like, are people watching this? Are they coming to show up for it? You don't get a clearer picture than that than them spending dollars and cents to see it.
Because people like Disney's business model for streaming, they didn't care about streaming. They wanted to get into streaming to make money off of merchandise and to get people in the theaters.
Yeah.
So they could really care less.
Disneyland and all of
the parks.
Yeah, merchandise, the parks and stuff.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, and I could be wrong, Chill, but that's just how I view it. I think a physical product is way better than a stream that has no value whatsoever. Monetary value, I should say. Yes, there's analytical value, but it's only so much I can do with analytical value, because with the same, I can get that same analytics with that DVD, and I got money in my pocket. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Let's do another super chat before we go. You.
Cash in. Hey yo, I once was a kid, all I had was a dream, more money, more problems. When I get it, I'ma pile it up.
See how relevant I am today, huh? With the donate. We were talking like Mike earlier. That was like Mike. Yeah. I'm Too Fly says, oh, look at Marcus got the let's go home face. Yeah, let's go home. I've been trying to end it too. But thank you for the money. I'm Too Fly says, favorite sad song from a movie. Smokey Robinson's Really Gonna Miss You for me. Favorite Christmas song. Easy. Temptations, Holy Night or Rudolph. I like the 24 Blue. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head, favorite sad song, I think, because we've been talking about Set It Off, I would say Missing You. So I'm missing you. That's just what comes to my head right now. If I could think longer, I'm pretty sure I could find another one.
Favorite
I'm gonna cheat and go to anime. Sadness and Sorrow in Naruto. Favorite sad song.
For a sad song, in honor of D'Angelo, I'm a cheat a little bit, and I'm going to use the final song that we had with Arthur when he died on that ledge, because that was written by D'Angelo on Red Dead Redemption. So shout out to him. And then favorite Christmas song, Boys and Men, let us know.
Favorite sad song for me might be Mary J. Blige, Not Gonna Cry. That's a sad ass song. At least it sounds like.
Did they play that in Waiting to Exhale?
Yeah, Waiting to Exhale, yeah.
I'm saying, did they play it in the movie or was it just on the soundtrack?
I want to say it was in the movie.
Maybe. I think the instrumental was.
Yeah, I want to say it was in the movie. Either the beat, maybe not the whole song, but I think the beat was. I don't have a favorite Christmas song, but anything Temptation. My pops used to just play just on repeat. Temptations. So anything over that was My favorite.
In pro wrestling, let's go home or going home is like when you end the match. It's a terminology that I think Marcus understood, but that's what I meant when I said let's go home. Like, let's wrap it up.
Sure.
Appreciate it, Chill.
Let's wrap it up then. What Quavo said. Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up then.
Thank you for Culture Mid Channel for being here the whole time. Raymond, appreciate you. Dramatic Ryzen. How you say that? Dramatic Ryzen?
I think you said it right, yeah.
Why is he so creative with his name? Like, guys. Mad World from Dottie Darko. Don't know that. Sad song. Shout out to
Donnie
Darko. Break My Heart.
And say you love me again. Under this hurt goes when you walked out the door and walked out of my life. Uncry these tears.
Y'all know what song traumatized me and I knew I was never going to have kids? Aaron Hall, I Miss You. I saw that video as a child and I was like, I'll never have a child.
That album
not
is crazy. But
me,
yeah,
baby.
you're right.
Nope.
That video
That was
will
it.
make
That
you
was it for me.
And
I'll never have
isn't it crazy that in a time where people are calling you a pedophile and you in court suing over people calling you a pedophile, you going sample Aaron Hall? Hey, buddy, lost in the sauce, man. Ain't no saving him. Ain't no saving him.
Be a kind subscriber and subscribe to Chillmonger if you're watching over on Back of the Bus or Planet Fanatics. She Dreads Me's a channel. Blues House is a channel. Be a subscriber if you like what they had to say. Marcus from Back of the Bus. You're going to be back on the weekend sitting on the sofa next to Josh. You're going to be talking about W's and L's. You're going to be like, you know what? I changed my mind on Dave Chappelle, right? That's coming?
Absolutely not. But we will be having a Halloween episode on Sunday. So y'all make sure y'all tune in for the costumes.
Mm-hmm. Darius, well, next time I see you might be Halloween, right? Is October 31 a Thursday? Yeah, it is. It's a Friday, actually. It's Friday. Never mind. But my clock switched into midnight, so it's a new day. So yeah, you're Mr. Terrific, you right? That's what you said? Is that still the plan?
Who talks to me?
No, I'm not doing. I was gonna do Mr. Terrific. I'm not doing it.
Sorry, we interrupted.
Oh no, I'm just chowing down on these damn greens. Motherfucker slapping. But I was gonna do Mr. Terrific. No, I'm not gonna do Mr. Terrific. I'm not doing anything this year. I'm mad that I didn't think of the smoke and stack deal that what's his name from Love Island thought of. When I saw that shit pissed me off. I was like, damn, that's a good idea.
That's why you gotta put the T on your face. Put the T on your face.
No.
Put the T on your face. I don't know if I like it.
I don't. Never have.
Oh yeah, subscribe to Planet Fanatics, and we will see you when we see you. Thank you for being here, Josh.
Cue to Josh.
Yo, who undid the outro? It's not there anymore.
Damn. Hey, go get some greens.
Did Josh delete the outro? I got it saved.
No, the outro
It's not there anymore,
right?
They don't blame Back of the Bus.
Hey,
you don't know.
Watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday, because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.
All right, dog.